as caretaker player manager. 2 changes from the Sutton defeat last weekend that I think is still felt by many. Such a torrid evening in South London. Those 2 changes see Ash Taylor come into the defensive line, taking the place of the injured Matty Platt, who was forced off with what we're being told is a stubbed toe last Saturday. And Bobby Poynton is the preferred option, replacing Clark Adwar, who drops to Bradford City's bench. The 11 in full: Lewis in goal, Halliday, Taylor, Stubbs and Rideold are your Bradford City back 4 from right to left. A midfield 2 of captain Richie Smallwood and Alex Gilead. Poynton on the right, Osadebe will be on the left, Jamie Walker will be in the 10, and Andy Cook will be leading the line for Bradford City. Tyler Smith, the hat-trick hero on Tuesday evening, has to settle for a place on Bradford City's bench. He's joined by Colin Doyle, Clark Adwar, Kieran Kelly, Harry Chapman, Daniel Oyegoke, Kev McDonald, Lewis Richards and Adam Wilson. Bradford City will be playing from left to right as we see it here in the main stand, away from a dispersed Kop this Saturday afternoon, to be expected in the early stages of this competition, Gary Jones. But my oh my, it's a club competition that still holds such a great deal of value to many professional footballers. Yeah, it's a brilliant competition, Jamie. You know, I grew up in the FA Cup, fantastic competition, but a great opportunity for these City players today. Hopefully the new manager might be in the stadium, we don't know, but show that desire, determination to get over the line and get into the second round with a really hard working performance. The claret and amber hooped shirts with the white collar and white trim, white shorts and white socks don the Bradford City players as they get ready for kick-off. Play is underway, and the referee this afternoon, Declan Bourne, signals Wycombe Wanderers to get things going. They are in their navy and sky blue strip, quartered shirt, navy blue shorts and navy blue socks, managed by a club legend in the form of Matt Bloomfield, who only this week signed a 1-year contract extension at the football club. He was only appointed in February of this year, replacing the man he called gaffer for so many years, Gareth Ainsworth, who himself has just lost his job at Queen's Park Rangers. The managerial merry-go-round is in full swing at this stage of the season. Bit of a scrap on here between the 2 sides as Ash Taylor lifts it forward, a firm header forward by Joe Lowe over the halfway line. Bradford City have possession in the right back position with Brad Halliday, who brings it forward and over the halfway line for Poynton. There's the 1-2, Poynton back into his feet, chops away from his man, nice footwork, lays it off for Gilead, who switches play out to Osadebe, lets the ball run, and then he uses Rideold on the overlapping run. Good movement from Bradford City. Now Osadebe receives the ball back from Rideold, looks to try and chop past Pattenden, but he lost his footing on this slippy surface, and Wycombe Wanderers have possession. Let's give you their team. They've made 4 changes from their goalless draw with Cambridge in League One. They're without a win in their last 5. Wycombe Wanderers placed 10th in the League One table. Max Stryek in their goal as Jamie Walker brings it forward for Bradford City. Works it right for Bobby Poynton. Halliday offers the overlapping option, but Poynton just pokes it in field for Smallwood. He then curls it aerially, looking for Andy Cook, but Joe Lowe is there to header the ball away for Wycombe Wanderers. City pick up possession just in from the halfway line with Smallwood. Nice pass to find the centrally positioned Alex Gilead. Now the ball is back at the feet of Sam Stubbs, and a couple of short passes sees Ash Taylor pick it up inside the centre circle. Gilead turns 180 and works it out towards that left-hand side for Osadebe, but the pass was fractionally off target, and Pattenden, the right-back, can let it run. Beside him in the defensive line is Joe Lowe, Ryan Tavazzoli and Harry Boys on loan from Sheffield United. 4 loanees in this Wycombe Wanderers team. The midfield 3 of Killian Phillips, Freddie Potts and captain Luke Lee. And then a front 3 of David Wheeler, Dale Taylor and Kieran Sadlier. Nice work from Poynton. Can Halliday get onto that ball? He can, and he returns it to Poynton. Space now for the youngster. Right-hand side, Cook waits inside the penalty area. Tafazoli has forced him into the corner. He gets the cross in, but it's blocked. Wycombe Wanderers can rather comfortably work that ball away. But the pass is intercepted by Potts, and Walker battles hard with the youngster. Loses out, and Wycombe Wanderers have it just on the edge of their own penalty area. 0-0. after 3 minutes. City have started brightly here, Gary Jones.
Yeah, we spoke about Bobby Point, didn't we, on that right-hand side. He's already shown how little intricate touches, little 1-2s with Smallwood and Gilead, but it's important that he gets on the ball. He's been on the ball quite a bit in his first few minutes. You know, and City look to get the ball wide, which is massively important because they've got pace. And as I say, Andy Cook thrives off crosses as well, so it's important to get the ball wide early.
And they're popping the ball around rather nicely at the moment, Bradford City, seeing a lot more possession than the League One visitors. Ash Taylor finds a ball 2 points on the halfway line. Lovely 1-2 between him and Smallwood, releases some space for the youngster, who's looked lively, and he brings it forward. He steps past the defensive challenge of Tavazzoli. He works it right for Walker. Walker delivers the cross, punched away by the goalkeeper. A bit of pinball inside the Wycombe penalty area, but they clear their lines, and now Wheeler has it, facing his own goal, put under pressure by Gilead. Joe Lowe is forced to cannon the ball out into that empty Midland Road stand, certainly from a City persuasion anyway. And there's a Bradford City throw which they take quickly. A
really good start, Jamie, isn't it? Full of confidence on the ball. You know, good rotation from Walker. Walker come out wide. Bobby Point in swap position, got in the number 10 position. You know, but really good play there from City, and really comfortable as well. So yeah, great start. Had a lot of possession, but really good in possession as well.
He always impresses, Bobby Point, and we've seen 4 minutes of this game already, 0-0. But whoever the opposition is, may it be Manchester City under-21s and the calibre of youngster that they have in their academy, or be it a League One team, a substantiated League One team in the form of Wycombe Wanderers, he just plays his game. He's not phased by it in any way, shape or form.
Well, he's positive every time he gets the ball. He wants to do something, and the fans can see that. But full of confidence for such a young boy. Full of confidence. Brilliant to see, Jamie.
Taylor going long, looking for the switch of play. Osadebe was the option, but off target with his aerial ball, and Stryek, the goalkeeper, in his 2-coloured pink jersey, collects it. It's a rather colourful kit, that, for the goalkeeper, who's gone short-sleeved.
Very brave. It's absolutely free, isn't it?
It's not. I wouldn't call that short-sleeve weather, but they're hardy. these players. Not like me with just the 5 layers today. Long ball forward. Wheeler with the headed flick on, but that's good defensive awareness from Ash Taylor, who had the presence of Dale Taylor standing right in front of him, but he also had the presence of mind, Taylor, to just flick it behind and into the hands of Harry Lewis, who's gone for the long-sleeved, more what I would call sensible option.
Definitely in this weather, because it is absolutely balls up here, Gene.
Yeah, it's cold, it's wet. But you said to me, Gary Jones, when we got into our commentary position, perfect conditions this.
They are perfect conditions, especially if you're running around, that is. Not sat up here.
Not from our perspective, but if you've got your boots on.
Perfect conditions, slick pitch, you know, but fantastic conditions for the team to get on the front foot, and you know, slide tackles and tackling and second balls and all the things we need to win a game.
6 minutes gone in this FA Cup first round tie here at Valley Parade. Bradford City 0, League One Wycombe Wanderers 0. BBC Radio Leeds 92.4 FM and also online. Can't tell you how much joy I have in my voice when I tell you that. Available on the BBC Sounds app as well. You can take us out and about wherever you may go. You'll be able to listen to live commentary in the UK only, I should add. As Bradford City gift possession away through Alex Gilead, and then there's a snapshot from Phillips at 35 yards out. That's blocked, and it deflects back towards the halfway line, and Wycombe have lost it high up the field, and now Jamie Walker skips away from the challenge, and Osadebe back into the feet of Walker. Walker then cuts it back for Osadebe. Left-footed curled effort is blocked and punched away by Stryek. City look to keep the attack alive with Gilead, who has a snapshot of his own from 25 yards out, goes wide of the near post and behind for a goal kick. But good passing movement from Bradford City, release spaced on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it all comes from Jamie Walker winning the ball high up the pitch, doesn't it? Drives into the box, you know, little cut back for Osadebe. Not his strongest side, the left side, sort of scuffs the ball, but you know, it's important when you get in that opportunity, you know, the ball back. That's the most difficult skill, isn't it? The final third, picking the right pass, just wasn't the right finish from Osadebe there. Just scuffed the shot, didn't he?
It's interesting. In the build-up to that play, we saw Pattenden, the right-back for Wycombe, slip inside the penalty area. That created space for Walker, and you just wonder how these drizzly conditions that we've spoken about, how much of an impact that will have here at Valley Parade, because there's so much rainfall forecast this afternoon. I looked at my weather app, and well, it didn't make for pretty reading, really. So we've got our protective equipment out on the kit so we don't come off air. Andy Cook working it right, looking for Walker, but sadly in the way for Wycombe. He plays it back for Stryek. Stryek then goes long. Taylor beaten to it by his namesake Ash Taylor. That'll be a good battle. Taylor on Taylor.
I just think it's a brilliant opportunity, Jamie, for City today. I think obviously Wycombe resting a few players. You know, there's massive opportunity for them to show the new manager, or if he's in the stadium, what they can do, what they can achieve, because we all know what they can do. They're really good footballers, so it's important that they show what they're capable of. And as I say, full of endeavour, experience, and you got a little match winner there, and Bobby Point on the right hand side. So
it's the underlying narrative, isn't it, to this game, that whilst it is the FA Cup and it is the first round, as Osadebe hits one from distance, and again that one is wide of the near post. Much more venom in that strike. He went right-footed, and it's a goal kick for Wycombe. But yes, it's the FA Cup. Yes, it's the opportunity to get to the next round. But the underlying narrative here for Bradford City is that they are having to now play with the knowledge that possibly, potentially, their next manager is watching this game, because as far as we understand it, they're close to appointing a successor to Mark Hughes permanently.
Well, there's every chance he will be, isn't there? If he's not watching it today, he'll definitely watch it on of an iPad or something like that. But Osadebe again coming in on his right hand side, just didn't get the connection he was looking for. But as you mentioned, with the slippy conditions, it's important that he get the shots off. Yeah. And Andy Cook obviously following in. Can he get the keepers of the rebounds as well? So it's important to get the shots off.
We're in the 10th minute here on BBC Radio Leeds. It's 0-0. The ball at the feet of Harry Lewis for Bradford City, who started the better of the two teams, despite the difference in division between Bradford City and Wycombe. And Bobby Poynton has the ball on this near side for the Bantams. Ash Taylor nearly caught in possession. Sure. It was Dale Taylor putting him under pressure. Pass back to Lewis is well weighted. It allows him to draw the press from Wheeler. He shifts the ball left for Reynolds, who can step into that vacant space that Wheeler's left behind him. Osadebe back heeling up the line, but to no effect as Wycombe Wanderers pick up possession and play it all the way back to their goalkeeper, Stryek. It's the first competitive meeting between these two sides since 2019, that fateful season for Bradford City, which did end in relegation from League One. Goalless draw at Adams Park. Not too many competitive meetings in the history of these two sides. Just 15 in total. Bradford City winning 6 of those.
Right.
Wycombe winning 8, and just the one draw, that game I just mentioned. 0-0 here, and Bradford City building on the left-hand side. Osadebe back into the feet of Jamie Walker. Midway point of Wycombe's half. Good challenge and a good foot there from Wheeler. Takes the ball away from Gilead, and now the League One team will look to counter. On the left-hand side now is Boys, returns it for Potts, the low knees. Now Phillips, Potts, Boys once more on this left-hand side. Potts turns. He's given time and space on the ball. Nobody pressing him in claret and amber. And it's now on the right-hand side with Pattenden, just in from the halfway line. Nothing too dangerous at the moment for Bradford City. Gilead gets a foot in there on Potts. Walker nearly pounces, but it's a recovery sliding challenge from Potts that takes the ball away from the Scot. And Wycombe keep a hold of possession, and now they look to attack. Ball over the top for Wheeler to bring into his stride. Cut across the face of goal. It's a great save from Lewis. The danger not clear. Taylor was following up with a headed effort that goes wide. It was Sadlier on the edge of the 6-yard box on the end of that low cross, and a point blank save from Harry Lewis keeps it 0-0.
Well, that's the importance of pressing, isn't it, Jamie? You let Wycombe far too easy get in possession. No one pressed really. And that's, they're all good footballers when you've got time on the ball. Great ball down the right hand side, cross come in. I think it was Sadlier, wasn't it? Tap in really. Great save from Harry Lewis. But you've got to be in Wycombe's face, otherwise they'll pass you off the pitch. It's important you squeeze up the pitch, get in their faces, win the second ball, win the battle. That was much too easy for Wycombe there.
Yeah, he was found, as you say, comfortably. And they come again, Wycombe Wanderers, this time switching the play from right to left, but Halliday in front of Sadlier on this occasion, and he lays it off for Harry Lewis. Lewis launches the ball long, up goes Jamie Walker, as does Lowe. Lowe has caught Jamie Walker, and the Scot has stayed down holding the back of his head. There'll be a break in play, and I suspect a free kick for Bradford City. 0-0, best chance of the game going to Wycombe Wanderers only a few moments ago. Both sets of players coming over to this near side to receive a drink and no doubt some instruction. Mark Trueman, of course, in caretaker charge for the third time of his managerial career at Bradford City. Formerly the full-time manager, let's not forget, of course, he was appointed just shy of 3 years ago, alongside Connor Sellers. Jamie Walker seems to be okay, just rubbing the back of his head. He's definitely caught one there.
Looks okay, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But after a good start, City, Wycombe have just got back into the game, haven't they? With the passing, they're getting on the ball, intricate passing through the lines. So it's important that City, as we said, they get on the front foot, they press this Wycombe side. You don't press them high. We've seen them before. You know, Jamie Walker winning the ball and creating a chance for Davy. That's what he can bring. Press high, win the ball, and obviously attack with Point and Davy, and get Andy Cook in the middle of the pitch and get crosses to him.
Yeah, they've shown, Wycombe Wanderers, that there is space to exploit if Bradford City have the presence of mind to exploit it. As the ball is fired back towards the goalkeeper, Stryek, for Wycombe. Now Potts, who again is afforded that time and space to pick his ball, goes long and out towards the right hand side, searching for Wheeler, but Rideold beats him to it. Smallwood plays the ball back to Harry Lewis, put under pressure through the press of Lee, the captain, works it out towards this right hand side. Halliday heads towards the halfway line, but he's left space in behind, and now Wycombe will look to counter-attack. Good ball from Lee, and he finds Wheeler prowling at the back post. He got the better side of Rideold. Ball goes over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick, despite the fact that Wheeler is absolutely convinced that Rideold's got the final touch and that it should be a corner. But once again, Wycombe Wanderers finding space on the opposing flanks, and City just aren't up to speed at the moment.
No, I think Halliday got caught out, didn't he? Little ball down the left-hand side, great ball in, but Wheeler there arrived at the back post. He was adamant that he didn't touch the ball lastly, but there was a great opportunity there, and a little warning for City there. You know, Ash Taylor got caught as well, caught inside, you know, and it was a good opportunity for Wycombe there. 15
minutes gone, 0-0, and Wycombe Wanderers growing into this game after what was a bright start from Bradford City.
It's just gone a bit flat, hasn't it, Jamie?
Yeah.
You know, the crowd have gone a bit flat. You know, Wycombe have got on top a little bit. City haven't got back to passing and playing through the lines, and you know, it's just got a bit scrappy and a bit, you know, obviously, and that'll work in Wycombe's favour.
It's nowhere near the same atmosphere that we're used to seeing in a league game here at Valley Parade. And that Midland Road stand populated by only Wycombe Wanderers supporters, as there was a foul on Sam Stubbs and the free kick is taken quickly. That's a good ball for Walker, who brings it under control well. Tight control from the Scot, but then his pass forward for Cook is intercepted, and Wycombe Wanderers now have it with their goalkeeper Stryek inside the Chairboys penalty area. 16th minute, 0-0. Lowe just chipping that rather nonchalantly. Dale Taylor in pursuit, but Sam Stubbs in the way for Bradford City, and now it's in the hands of Harry Lewis. I mean, it seems like they've gone with a, you said before the game, Gary Jones, it looks like a 4-4-2, and certainly how we're seeing things right now, it's shaped up to be a 4-4-2. Walker maybe playing as a second striker.
Yeah, I think it's important, as you say. I think obviously with Smallwood and Gilead, the protection for the, you know, so. But if you've got pace with Bobby Point and you've got Davy on the left hand side, you've got to use them. You've got to turn Wycombe. You know, Wycombe have had it easy so far because, you know, City are just playing in front of the back four, which is important. So it's important when Ash Taylor, you know, or Rideosh on the left hand side get the ball. Can they spin it into the channel? Can they get Bobby Point running? Can they get Davy running? You know, create that uncertainty in the Wycombe back four.
Tavazzoli crosses, Wheeler at the back post, heads down, Phillips with a strike, and it goes past Harry Lewis, and Wycombe Wanderers take the lead in this FA Cup first round tie at Valley Parade. The knee slide celebration from the Crystal Palace low knee. It was a fierce strike, he met it first time, space at the back post for Wheeler, who gets the assist, and Bradford City trail. 17 minutes gone, City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1.
Oh, it's a really poor goal, isn't it? Ball comes in from the left hand side, Wheeler there just knocks it, heads it back into the box. You know, you've got a striker coming in, I think it's Phillips, isn't it? Free shot in the box, no one anywhere near him. You know, Ash Taylor's nowhere to be seen. Can't be afforded to have that space in the box, Jamie. Phillips side foot finish. Harry Lewis no chance. City 1-0 down.
It's his first goal for Wycombe Wanderers. The 21-year-old, who is a Republic of Ireland youth international, born in San Diego And he enjoyed that goal, didn't he? The way that he celebrated in front of the Kop, taunting the home support. So City have it all to do early on in this game at Valley Parade, and you have to say, the way the game was going, that goal, not too much of a surprise, because there was a lot of space on these flanks. They didn't deal with the left and right, and for Wheeler to have so much space on that back post, yes, it was a good ball by Tavazzoli to pick him, but as you said, Gary Jones, 3 men in the box.
Yeah, as I say, you can't afford, sadly, you can't afford Wheeler to have that, you know, get up above Rydal's at the back post, 3 header down, and where was the marking? You know, absolutely non-existent. You know, to come on, to have the ball in the 6-yard box, bounce in, no, 2 centre-halves nowhere to be seen, side foot finish, easy as you like, Harry Lewis no chance, far too easy, Jamie, and that's probably on the balance of play. Wycombe are getting back in the game, probably deserved it on the balance of play, so really disappointing goal, but City needs a, you know, it's been flat for the last 5 minutes, hasn't it? But City need to get back to play, need to turn Wycombe round, you know, and push up a little bit, get in the face a little bit, because, you know, it's far too easy for Wycombe at this moment in time.
And they've got possession at the moment through Jamie Walker. City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1.
It's all a little bit, sorry Jamie, it's all a little bit slow, isn't it? You know, look, pedestrian in the back. You know, you've got to turn this Wycombe team, Jamie. It's far too easy because it's all in front of them.
There's a lot of space for Wycombe to pick their passes, and again, there is Boys this time looking for the goal scorer. Phillips, offside flag goes up, and the home support enjoy that one, because Phillips, the man in the offside position, I don't think they took too kindly to his goal celebration, Gary Jones.
Well, the Kop didn't, right in front of the Kop, but you know, it was a really poor goal to give away. Good finish, but from a defending point of view, no, really not good enough there from City, Jamie.
Rydalj on that far side, closed down through Wheeler, who got the assist. Bradford City won themselves a throw, which Rydalj takes. Stubbs. It's a great word that you use, pedestrian. It does feel like that at the moment, Gary. There's not much pace and zip and bounce in the way that City are knocking the ball around. I wonder whether that goal's just knocked the wind out of their sails, because they had made a bright start. Bobby Poynton on the ball now. Smallwood going back for Taylor. Taylor lets it run. And Lewis launches long. Lowe uses his chest to cushion it down. And now Freddie Potts takes it over the halfway line, looking to thread it through for Dale Taylor, but Ash Taylor gets in the way, provides the block, and then Osadebi shrugs off Potts and brings it forward for Bradford City. That's nice. Bobby Poynton picks the pass for Rydalj, who has space on that far side, delivers the cross. Tavazzoli heads away. Poynton will look to pick up the second ball. It goes through him. Gilead then collects the bouncing ball. Rydalj up the line for Osadebi. City building their attack now patiently. Osadebi whips in a fierce ball. Tavazzoli comfortably heads away. Second ball is picked up by Gilead. Bobby Poynton, edge of the box. Deflected strike. Deflected off a City player, and that will be a goal kick for Wycombe Wanderers. Good balls in there, Gary Jones, but no one in claret and amber on the end of it.
No, and it's better play from City. We spoke about Osadebi on the left, Bobby Poynton on the right. You know, it's important. These have got pace. You know, you've got to use that to your advantage. You know, up to now it's been all in front of Wycombe. You know, good play from Osadebi cutting in on the left hand side, but no one really in the box. It was only Andy Cook in there. Can we have another midfield player in there, a Gilead or Smallwood? Can they break into the box? But better play from City. That's what they need to do. They need to turn this Wycombe team round, and you'll push up to a high line and press up. So it's important that they do that. But better play from City.
Yeah. There's a foul there by Rydalj on Wheeler, and he's going to get a yellow card as well. Ball was coming down from the air. Both went to it. Rydalj convinced that he won the ball cleanly, but the referee, Declan Bourne, certainly felt he caught Wheeler in the process. Wheeler just getting back up to his feet. Rydalj protests his innocence, but the referee, not interested, rather slowly raises his right hand with the yellow card in. That was a bit dramatic. And the game gets its first yellow card. Liam Rydalj in the book. A quarter way through this FA Cup first round tie here at Valley Parade. Bradford City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1. Killian Phillips on the score sheet with a venomous strike, hitting it first time after a ball was swung in. Wheeler cushioning it down. Free kick taken then, looped in towards the penalty area. A cluster of players attack it. falls just outside the penalty area and Smallwood clears away. And then Poynton pokes it forward. And Walker can latch onto this, keeps it in play on the near touchline. Drives towards the edge of the penalty area, steps past the challenge, he was hacked down. Lee caught him, and Lee picks him back up to his feet. Jamie Walker, that is, he picks up back to his feet. And there's a free kick for Bradford City. And if Liam Rowdolge is going into the book, then so is the captain for Wycombe Wanderers, Luke Lee. And now there's a free kick in a promising position, Gary Jones.
Great position, you know, with Andy Cook. You know, they've got a lot of height up there. Gilead, you know, Davey, 6 foot plus. A good play from Jamie Walker, wasn't on this right hand side. Positive, got into the box, cut inside. Terrible tackle from Lee, takes a booking for his team, but good position from Smallwood here. He's got decent quality.
And the angle of the free kick means that City have the luxury of choosing whether they want to go right-footed with Smallwood or indeed Bobby Poynton left-footed. Two-man wall. The goalkeeper Stryk just getting his defensive line in order. Richie Smallwood steps away, so it will be Bobby Poynton who whips it in with pace. And Wycombe Wanderers head on the end of it, takes it out of play on this near side for a Bradford City throw. All it needed was a City touch, and that was goal-bound, Gary Jones.
Yeah, it's a good ball, good quality, good pace on it, good whip. Just no one got it. I think it was Gilead, wasn't he? He was closest, just didn't get enough to get across the defender and get his head on it. But you know, that's got the crowd up, Jamie, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of quality, a little bit of, you know, attack and play.
Long throw from Ash Taylor in towards the near post. Stubbs with the flick on, but the flick on is firmly headed away by Wycombe, and Ash Taylor on this near side will pick up the ball and toss it to Brad Halliday, and City take the throw on this near side. Halliday for Taylor. Oh, that's a lovely ball over the top for Walker. Walker tries to get through his man, holds on to possession, chops it in field for Bobby Poynton. Smallwood first time works it left. Rydorf now has space, edge of the final third, whips it in. Gilead attacks the ball, came off a Wycombe player last. Bradford City corner, and they're just starting to edge their way back into this game here, Gary Jones.
We spoke about getting the ball wide early, didn't we? Gilead did to Rydorf there. Good quality off from the left hand side, good ball and a corner for City. But I think that's what City have got to do with the playing the 4-4-2 system. Get the ball wide early, because you know, with the Wycombe playing 3 narrow in midfield, it's important to get the ball wide, get the crosses to Andy Cook, who thrives on them situations.
Corner then from the left. Jamie Walker delivers near post. Wycombe player heads it down, and then it's further volleyed away by Lee, and then Phillips, the goal scorer, takes control and brings it over the halfway line, works it around Halliday, finds the ball in field for Dale Taylor. Taylor brought to the floor by Smallwood, fairly in the eyes of the referee, and City win possession back. And Smallwood picks a clever ball for Walker. Walker threads it through for Osadebe on that left-hand side. He goes up against his man, gets around him, edge of the area now. Osadebe twisting, turning, getting the strike away, doesn't find the connection. It dribbles into the shin of a Wycombe defender, which deflects out of play on that far side for a Bradford City throw.
I think he should have hit that early, shouldn't he, Jamie? I think he worked that situation really well, cut inside on his right foot, faked to shoot, should have just let fly first.
Walker linking up with Gilead, lovely play. Gilead back to Osadebe, just inside the penalty area. Osadebe fires it into the feet of Cook. Cook works it around the corner. Halliday crosses. Can a City player took it home? Cook will pick up the second ball. And then Halliday pokes it back for Smallwood. He lifts it towards the back post, and it goes through everybody. Such a good position for Bradford City, but in the end it rather sparingly goes out for a goal kick.
Much better from City, wasn't it? Ball comes on the right hand side to Halliday. Great ball in. Just no one attacking the ball, was there? Wycombe defender first, but much better play from City. They're on the front foot, pass quickly, get the ball wide. Just no end product, which is the most important, but much better from City there.
Barrow have booked their place in the second round of the FA Cup, beating League One opposition in the form of Northampton Town by 3-1. That was the early kick-off. Full time has just gone at Sixfields. I would give you a score update, but there are so many first round ties that we might miss some of the action here at Valley Parade. I'm sure Louis will do a more than admirable job at that during half time. Into the 28th minute here, it's Bradford City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 1 on BBC Radio Leeds. Thank you so much for your company. Great to be with you on FM and online via the BBC Sounds app. Osadebe switching play, looking for Poynton, but as you say, Gary Jones, just too much on that one. It sails over the head of Poynton,
That's
Wycombe will have a throw.
Sorry, Jamie, it's the right idea. You know, that's maybe switch and play from the left to the right, which you've got to do, because you know you've got Pointing on this right hand side, who's really dangerous cutting it on his left. You know, but we talk about getting the ball wide, and we talk about getting it quickly. You know, it's important that we do that, because you know we've got a proven goal scorer, Andy Cook, who thrives off them situations.
I will give you one scoreline from the FA Cup first round ties, because there's a real shock on the cards. Swindon Town 0, Aldershot 3. I'll tell you more about it in just a moment, because Walker meanders forward and takes it into the penalty area. He's having a good game so far. He's forced to the byline, but he gets his side a corner. It's really well played from the Scot. And Bradford City will get ready for this set piece. Yeah, Swindon Town 0, Aldershot 3. The League Two side, of course, managed by Michael Flynn, were 3-0 down after 9 minutes.
Wow.
We're now into the 24th. Here, after 28 minutes, it's City 0, it's Wycombe 1. Bobby Poynton with this corner from the right-hand side. Players wait inside the 6-yard area. Very congested in front of the goalkeeper Stryer. What can Poynton do here? Delivers. It's a flat ball, it's a poor ball at the near post. Gilead looking to flick it into the 6-yard box, but to no avail, and in the end, an opportunity wasted.
Yeah, it's a really poor ball from Poynton, wasn't it? You know, worked the ball well. Jamie, as you say, Jamie Walker started really well in that little number 10 role, or just off Andy Cook. But really disappointing set piece from Bobby Poynton, because you know City have got really tall players and really attacking players, so a really disappointing set piece there.
Other notable scoreline from the first round ties taking place at the moment: Scarborough Athletic 1, Forest Green Rovers 0.
Wow.
I do love the FA Cup. Into the 30th minute. City pushing for an equaliser. They've seen a lot of the ball since that opening goal went in from Killian Phillips in the 18th minute. Fine goal it was as well, but defensively City just not at the races, allowing Wheeler at the back post too much time to cushion down his header and find the onrushing Phillips, who found himself a brilliant strike past Harry Lewis. That's a nice ball from Walker, who for me has been City's best player so far. Rydalge for Osadebe on the left hand side, curls it forward for Smallwood, who's ran forward and found space, but he'd done so in an offside position, lapsing concentration maybe. He almost suggests, what, me offside? The way that he gesticulated towards the officials, but the linesman's flag is up on this near side.
Better from City in possession, bit of rotation in midfield. You know, Smallwood, gets Osadebe comes inside, Smallwood swaps position, gets down the left hand side, which is important. But since they've conceded City, they've got back in the game. They've had little opportunities to create goal scoring chances. But it's, for me, it's still all in front of Wycombe at this moment in time.
Yeah. Rydalge going long from the left back position. Cook beaten to it by Tavazzoli, but the second ball collected through Smallwood's ingenuity. Rydalge again sees his ball forward, blocked, deflects out of play for a Bradford City throw. Scores in the Premier League. Manchester United winning the early kick-off with a late goal through Bruno Fernandes. 1-0 win at Craven Cottage for under pressure Eric Ten Hag. Brentford 1, West Ham 2. Burnley 0, Palace 1. Manchester City 0, Bournemouth 0. Sheffield United 0, Wolves 0. Everton 1, Brighton 0.
Great result. Not a result yet.
Not a result yet. Good scoreline at Goodison. I thought you might say that, Gary Jones. Do you want me to tell you who scored?
Go on then.
Mikolenko.
Oh wow.
A Walker chest down, Ash Taylor's ball. And again, City are finding space in the wide flanks, but Poynton drifts in field, no options in front of him, so he has to turn away, and then instead goes for Walker. Walker then to Poynton. Nice ball for Osadebe, touches away from his man, sliding challenge from Tavazzoli, takes it away from Osadebe, who was lining up a strike just outside the 6-yard area. Good challenge that from the Wycombe defender at the concession of a corner.
Really good play from City's two best players up to for now, Jamie. Bobby Poynton and Jamie Walker, little combination down this right hand side. Osadebe comes in on the left, gets himself in the middle of the pitch. Really good Cruyff turn was in the box. Just got away from a corner for City though. Good play from City all round.
Poynton gets another chance from this right hand side. Will it be a better delivery? It is. Deeper, back post, and Sam Stubbs on the end of it. I reckon that ball came at him probably a bit too quickly, and in doing so sees his header angle wide.
much better delivery from Bobby Point in there, wasn't it? Sam Stubbs there at the back post, just, as I said, a lot of pace on that ball, just couldn't read the pace of it, but much better set piece there from Bobby Point.
33 minutes on the clock here. Rather blustery Valley Parade, you can probably hear that on our effects microphone. It's chilly, it's wet, it's rather grey in the skies, and Bradford City are trailing in this FA Cup first round tie against League One opposition in the form of Wycombe Wanderers. Do send your thoughts in, City fans. You want to talk about the game, you want to talk about the FA Cup, or do you want to talk about the managerial situation? 81333 on the text, 08000 321 333 on WhatsApp, WYS at the start of your messages, or you can tweet at BBC WYS. A rare spell of possession for Wycombe here. Lee, the captain, out towards Sadlier. Uses Boys on the overlap. Boys crosses at the byline. Good sliding challenge though from Halliday. Takes it behind for a corner.
Really good defender from Halliday there. But Wycombe are really dangerous on the counter-attack, aren't they? But they've got good players as well, so we've seen with the goal, Whelan on the far right-hand side, good play, great strike from, it was Patterson, wasn't it? Yeah. Patterson with a great finish, but they are dangerous going forward. City got to be very careful of that.
Sadly then with this corner on the left, joining from Bolton in the summer. Delivers there, and Cook defending his own penalty area header comes out to Potts, miscontrol on the edge of this penalty area, but Osadebi's lost it, and Potts delivers the cross. And it's an own goal. That's terrible from Bradford City. Osadebi losing possession on the left edge of the penalty area. Freddie Potts whips in a vicious ball. Two City defenders go towards it, and it's headed into the back of the net, and Wycombe Wanderers take a 2-0 lead at Valley Parade. It's a defensive shambles from Bradford City. It's
a shocking goal to give away. We talk about defensively and doing your job and cleaning your lines. Osadebi didn't do any of them. He's got to put that in Rosette. He's getting closed down. I think it was some Wheeler on that right hand side, gives the ball away, cross comes in. Harry Lewis, I think it was Sam Stubbs, wasn't it? Was it Sam Stubbs? Back of Sam Stubbs' head. Harry Lewis didn't come and punch it. Absolute calamitous defender from City there. 2-0 down.
It's not what you need when you're trying to build pressure and chase a game. And City were doing that, and as we'd mentioned, it was a rare spell of possession for Wycombe, but that's the quality of a League One team. They will punish you when you make mistakes like that. And you can't afford to do that, can you?
Absolutely not, Jamie. And that's what happens when you play against a team in higher echelons of the game. They get one chance to score. But it's an absolute calamitous goal from City to give away. As I said before, Osadebi, just clear your lines, reset, get in shape. But obviously the cross comes in. Harry Lewis and Sam Stubbs, I think it's a mix-up, and it hits Sam Stubbs in the back of the head and goes in the top corner. Absolute terrible goal to give away.
Yeah, confirmation of that own goal, Sam Stubbs. You're absolutely right, Gary Jones. So City with it all to do here in the FA Cup first round. If they can get a goal before half-time, it's game on. That might come now. Osadebi looking to make amends for his previous error. Walker was threading it through, looking for Andy Cook. You can tell by the way the two are discussing that period of play right now. Osadebi looked to try and keep the attack alive. It's in the hands of Stryek. Again, that left knee for Andy Cook, heavily bandaged. We noticed that recently.
Good again.
And here come Wycombe, searching for a third. That would kill the tie. Here they are with Wheeler. Wheeler for Phillips. Tell you what, he missed the ball. City just about clear their lines, but looking very shaky on that far side, and really Phillips knows that should have been a third for Wycombe Wanderers.
Should have scored, Jamie. A great play again from Wheeler. Win the battle in midfield. Wheeler gets down the right hand side, which he's done really well this half. Great ball in from Phillips. Should have done better. Little side foot, misses the ball completely, but City all over the place this moment in time.
The referee is just walking over to Sam Stubbs, who is pleading his innocence in regards to something, and he's gone into the referee's book and there's a yellow card, so I'm not quite sure what that was, but Sam Stubbs now on a yellow card, as is Liam Rydalls for Bradford City, and when it rains it pours, doesn't it?
It certainly doesn't, especially in football. I'd just like to make the point, Jamie, when there's a caretaker manager, it's one of them, when you're a player, are you fully behind what his plans are? what formation he's playing, what the fringe players are saying, and this is the important for me, getting a manager in sooner rather than later, because there's always that uncertainty of, am I going to be in the next team? Who's coming in? Who's this? Who's that? And for me, it just shows a little bit today. You know, it looks a bit uncertainty on the pitch, the formation they're playing. You know, the goals they've conceded. You know, so this is the point I'm making, when it's so important to get a manager in sooner rather than later, because it's flat, isn't it? The performance has been flat so far. The support is flat. You know, and the players are flat, it looks like, and this is the importance for me, getting that manager in and getting these players back, because listen, they're good players. In the moment in time, they look all over the place, in my opinion.
And Wycombe come again. Sadly fails to bring that ball from Phillips under control, but it runs out towards his left hand side, and Boys keeps possession for Wycombe, who hold a 2-goal lead here at Valley Parade against Bradford City, who, as Gary Jones quite rightly puts it, look quite unsettled at the moment. And you can't help but wonder just how unsettling this period has been for them as players. They've got a real bounce from the appointment of Kevin McDonald. He then stepped away from the caretaker player-manager role that he'd been handed following the departure of Mark Hughes. Truman, as far as we understand it, is caretaker boss in the short term. And you're absolutely right, Gary Jones. You can't help but feel that this permanent appointment is crucial for this team, because they do look, at the moment, just based on what we've seen here this afternoon, despite some good spells, they just look unsettled, particularly defensively.
And I've been in a situation many times before. There is that much uncertainty. Yeah, that's just the job, to go and play and go and perform. That is always in the back of your mind. You know, who's coming in, what form am I going to be involved in his squad, and that's the uncertainty. It just looks like at this moment in time, the players, the supporters, it just looks flat all over, to be fair.
Yeah. Harry Lewis goes long with his goal kick, and Wycombe head takes it out of play for a throw on this near side in what you would consider to be an attacking position. Can Bradford City do something with it, though? That's the question at the moment. A lot of the ball, but not much in the way of direct opportunities. Walker carries it infield, finds Smallwood, who goes for the first time cross, but it's poor, flat, headed away by Potts. Smallwood picks up the loose ball, keeps it in play on this near side, finds the pass infield for Poynton. Poynton now, who can drive forward. Poynton slipping it through, looking for Cook, off target, didn't find Cook. And now Phillips dances past Poynton, trying the threaded through ball for Dale Taylor, but there was Ash Taylor for Bradford City to intercept and pick up possession. And now Poynton has it once again, carries it into the midway point of Wycombe's half. One touch too many, though, outnumbered 3 Wycombe players around him, and he loses possession. The ball forward from Lee is cut out through Stubbs, and City will come again, left hand side this time with Rydalge. Uses Gilead infield, plays the 1-2. Rydalge now for Osadebe, met by a firm challenge from Pattenden, well timed, and there'll be a throw for Bradford City, far side the left. 41 minutes, City 0, Wycombe 2. This FA Cup first round tie. Poynton back for the arriving Smallwood, midway point of Wycombe's half. They build on the right hand side now with Halliday back to Smallwood lifting it, curling it, finding Walker inside the box, chest control. Tavazzoli gets a foot on it. Halliday will look to let that play, but it's kept in, and then Halliday will drive into the penalty area, finds the cross, crucial header there from Lowe, takes the ball high up into the air, and then it's volleyed away by Potts. Taylor, nice touch to get past his namesake, Dale. Taylor wants options, waits for options, and then just plays it straight to a Wycombe player. That's poor. Lee over the halfway line, good challenge from Smallwood, and then Halliday gets around the sliding challenge. Was he caught by Sadlier? No, he wasn't. He just loses his footing. He slams the turf in frustration as Wycombe get themselves a throw.
Surely that's a foul, Jamie. You know, he hasn't made contact, but he's made him go. Had Halliday fall over, but Ash Taylor there, you've got to just keep it simple. Ash Taylor for me has looked miles off the pace, in my opinion. I know he hasn't played regular, but he looks miles off. And it's been so easy, hasn't it, for Phillips to score that goal. But it's important that when you're playing in that position, you've got to be stronger. You've got to demand more from the midfield. You've got to demand more from the strikers. It just seems like there's no leadership on this pitch at this moment in time. Another ball lost to Gilead.
Yeah, players slipping over, space is opening up for Wycombe. Here they have it on the right hand side with the influential Potts. Ooh, he loses his footing. Cross is delivered though, deep into the hands of Harry Lewis, who catches the ball, and that gets a cheer from the Kop. It is slippy out there. As we edge closer to the half-time break, do get your thoughts in, City fans. Lewis drills it out towards that far side, going from right to left, miscontrol from Osadebe, sees it go out for a Wycombe throw.
But you know, when you watch a team, Jamie, you look at the body language, it looks like they're a beaten side already. You know, there's only 43 minutes gone. Yeah, 2-0 down, but where's the desire? Where's someone to grab someone by the scruff of the neck and go, come on? You know, the supporters need something as well to cheer their team on. You know, on this moment in time, there's nothing.
Here's Poynton for Osadebe. They've seen a lot of the ball in this position, Bradford City. The crucial part is finding that ball through the Wycombe defensive line, and City are forced to go back towards the halfway line, and you can hear the frustration from the City fans inside this ground. Smallwood looking to pierce that back line. Lovely ball for Halliday. Takes it under control. Whether that was a shot, whether it was a cross, he slides it through the 6-yard area. Behind it goes for a goal kick, but it was a nice pass from Smallwood to find Halliday.
But there's someone running, wasn't it? Halliday was on the front foot and he was running. Great ball from Smallwood, but that's what City need to do. We were saying before about, you know, that's what Wycombe are going, come on, we'll try and break us down then, because we spoke about being pedestrian, it's slow, no one's making runs off the ball, there's no rotation, so it's very easy for Wycombe just to sit in shape. Come break us down then. We're in a good shape, we know what we're doing, we're regimented in what we do, and this is the talk about obviously caretakers, and you know, people have different points of view, so it's important that we go back to the management role and who's taking over. It's important that we get someone in to sort it out, because this moment in time it looks a bit.
Yeah, they don't look at their best, do they? And the size of the squad and the quality of the player in that squad. You're absolutely right, Gary. This isn't a bad team. This isn't a bad squad of players. But it does feel like just at the moment, given the uncertainty, and football can change so quickly, you know that better than anybody. But you know, Manchester City under-21s is a far different prospect to League One Wycombe, and they've just punished City for their errors. It's not like they've seen a lot of the ball and they've been a real threat. They've just punished them. Cook trying to thread it through for Poynton, who makes the run, the darting run through the middle. Defensively dealt with by Wycombe through Joe Lowe. Bradford City will have a throw on this near side. 4 additional minutes to close out this first half on BBC Radio Leeds FM, online and via the BBC Sounds app. Ash Taylor will take this long throw as he dries the ball. He'll need to do that because, well, these conditions aren't improving, are they?
No, it's still really bad. Windy, raining.
It's a rather miserable outlook here at Valley Parade, I have to say. That's a poor long throw from Taylor. I think it slipped out of his hands and it bounces into the goalkeeper's grasp of Max Stryek, and that throw just pretty much sums it up, really, doesn't it?
It does indeed, but I think you make a good point before about doing your jobs, and you know, that's what Wycombe have done. There hasn't been much in the game in way possession. It's just, you know, Wycombe have been more clinical, but City frailties at the back have contributed to Wycombe's goals, because you've seen before, they're far too easy for Wycombe to score. You know, and when you're given opportunities of players in the higher division, opportunities like that, they're going to get punished, City, and that's what's happened.
Certainly is. Goals from Killian Phillips in the 18th minute, and then a Sam Stubbs own goal after Osadebe lost possession in a dangerous position. He picked up the ball, he could have cleared it, he chose not to, and then Freddie Potts whipped in a fierce ball that Sam Stubbs just didn't communicate well enough with Harry Lewis. But Osadebe, he's done really well actually to hold off his man. He found the ball in field, there was a free kick, advantage had been played. Osadebe felt like he'd been pulled back one too many times, and so Bradford City will have this free kick in a wide position left hand side in front of the travelling Chairboys faithful. 2 minutes of the 4 gone as we edge closer to the half-time break. 4 additional minutes went up on the board.
It's important that Richie Moore delivers a really good ball. It'd be lovely to get a goal just be half-time. It'd be great timing, wouldn't it?
All of a sudden there's something to
definitely
cheer about and think about in the second half. deep ball from Smallwood. Taylor watches that go over his head. He was the deepest man at the back post, and it goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, another poor set piece has been really poor. Pointing first one, then Richie Smallwood. Great opportunity to put that ball in the box there. Just too high, wasn't it? You've got to whip that in. You've got to try and score. At the far post, too much height. Clears everyone. Probably sums up City's first half performance, I guess, Jamie.
Well, as it stands, they're heading out of the FA Cup in the first round for a third successive season. It's going to take an almighty effort in the second half to turn the tide and try and change that narrative. Well, we've had 3 of the additional 4 minutes that went up on the board, so it's an early finish. I think the players are suggesting that to the referee. In fact, they're pointing at the electronic board to our right hand side, which had +4 on it, and then the referee, I think, has realised that
I think he's had enough.
He's
I think he's had enough.
Come on, boys, let's get in. Let's get in.
It's cold and raining. We'll get in as well.
Well, it has been a pretty miserable first half here for Bradford City, not least because of the weather, but the football has been rather dire. Yes, Bradford City have created chances, 7 shots towards goal, but 0 on target, 59% possession, but that counts for nothing when you make mistakes and good opposition will punish you, like Wycombe Wanderers have. Killian Phillips opened the scoring in the 18th minute. David Wheeler was afforded far too much time in the back post. He measured his cushioned header down for the on-rushing Palace loanee to fire home from all of 13 yards out, and the second goal was, as Gary Jones quite rightly put it, a defensive calamity. Manny Osadebe had won the ball back from a set piece. He chose to hold on to it. He didn't clear. Freddie Potts dispossessed, whipped in a wicked delivery, and Sam Stubbs got in a tangle with Harry Lewis and headed into his own goal. And at the half-time break in this FA Cup first round tie, Bradford City is staring down the barrel of yet another exit in the first round. Bradford City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 2.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Gary, such a bright start from Bradford City, that opening 10 minutes, really taking the game to Wycombe. It started to go a little bit flat, and then really 2 goals that City shouldn't be conceding. It feels like the wind is truly out the sails.
It was as you say, Louis, really poor goals to give away. I guess it's a good quality opposition. They're good players, they're good on the ball, and that's what happens when you make mistakes at this level, when you're playing against a higher level team. But the 2 goals conceded. Wheeler in the far post, the first goal, too easy above Rydalj. Phillips in acres of space in the box. Ash Taylor and Sam Stubbs nowhere to be seen. Side foot finish, and the second one was shocking, wasn't it? Osadebe, wins the ball as Jamie rightly says. Got to put that in the stand. You got a sense where manage the game better. Yeah. Cross comes in. Harry Lewis doesn't command the box. Sam Stubbs gets under the ball. Calamity, misunderstanding, heads the ball in his own net. And to be fair, 2 really poor goals.
What I found really interesting, you and Jamie discussing during the commentary, is just amplifying that, getting that permanent manager in, because at times they do look like a side that is disjointed at the moment. And you said, look, first and foremost, you go out on a pitch as a player to win a football match. But what was interesting, Gary, you opened up the mind of some of the players that backdrop is still going to be in the back of their minds.
Well, it will be, but that's what happens when there's a caretaker. There's always that miss, who's coming in, who isn't, am I going to be involved, am I not, so there's always that. It's hard to be in that situation, but as professionals and get paid a lot of money to play this game, it's all about professional pride. Get on that pitch and do your best. Doesn't matter who the manager is, but it does look disjointed. Players don't look at the races. The crowd's flat, but the crowd needs something to cheer.
Yeah.
There hasn't been nothing, to get off the seats, has there? It's all been in front of Wycombe, the play. But as I say, Louis, all in all, a really disappointing first half.
Gary Jones here on BBC Radio Leeds. Gary, Jamie, thank you for now. They'll be back for full second half coverage right here on BBC Radio Leeds 92.4 FM. Rob in Montenegro says on Twitter, if Osadebe, Taylor and Rydalj make us close to full strength, there's your answer to where we're going this season. First team starters who don't get anywhere near almost all League Two lineups, really not going to get us anywhere near the playoffs. That's from Rob in Montenegro on Twitter. Do please continue to share your thoughts at BBCWYS. David has done just that. Gary Jones has been very harsh blaming the defence. Stubbs and Taylor were marking people. The man free at the far post should have been picked up by a winger and the scorer by some midfielder. Defence can't pick everyone up. They just need help. Midfielders shouldn't just attack. And Bradford Brownie, defence absolutely nowhere again for the first goal. Second goal, you've just got to bang that into row Z and not mess about, and that is the clean version, with it on the edge of the area. Looks like we've given up and we're going nowhere lately. And Ronnie says, lay on the sofa with my feet up in the fire and content with my decision to swerve today and listen to BBC Radio Leeds. Well, thanks for that, Ronnie. Not happy, Ronnie, coming in on Twitter. And Frank, 3 managers a month, managers turning us down, a truly poisoned chalice in uncertain times with poor performances to go along with it. Seemingly no direction forward for this club. Dark, negative times, crying for an ounce of positivity to come out of the club. Saddening, says Frank on Twitter. Do keep sending in your messages to us here at Valley Parade at a cold, a wet, a miserable Valley Parade this Saturday afternoon. And if you are just tuning in, I'm sorry to say the football hasn't been that much better. At the break, Bradford City trail Wycombe Wanderers in the FA Cup by 2-0.
BBC Radio Leeds. West Yorkshire Sport. Live.
Deflects back towards the halfway line, and Wycombe have lost it high up the field, and now Jamie Walker skips away from the challenge, and Osadebe back into the feet of Walker. Walker then cuts it back for Osadebe. Left-footed curled effort is blocked and punched away by Stryek. City look to keep the attack alive with Gilead, who has a snapshot of his own from 25 yards out, goes wide of the near post and behind for a goal kick. But good passing movement from Bradford City, release space on the left-hand side. And Wycombe keep a hold of possession, and now they look to attack. Ball over the top for Wheeler to bring into his stride. Cut across the face of goal. It's a great save from Lewis. The danger not clear. Taylor was following up with a headed effort that goes wide. It was Sadlier on the edge of the 6-yard box on the end of that low cross, and a point-blank save from Harry Lewis keeps it 0-0. Tavazzoli crosses, Wheeler at the back post heads down, Phillips with a strike, and it goes past Harry Lewis, and Wycombe Wanderers take the lead in this FA Cup first round tie at Valley Parade. The knee slide celebration from the Crystal Palace low knee. It was a fierce strike, he met it first time, space at the back post for Wheeler, who gets the assist, and Bradford City trails. Walker linking up with Gilead, lovely play. Gilead back to Osadebe, just inside the penalty area. Osadebe fires it into the feet of Cook. Cook works it around the corner. Halliday crosses. Can a City player took it home? Cook will pick up the second ball. And then Halliday pokes it back for Smallwood. He lifts it towards the back post, and it goes through everybody. Such a good position for Bradford City, but in the end it rather sparingly goes out for a goal kick. Comes out to Potts, miscontrol on the edge of this penalty area, but Osadebe's lost it, and Potts delivers the cross. And it's an own goal. That's terrible from Bradford City. Osadebe losing possession on the left edge of the penalty area. Freddie Potts whips in a vicious ball. 2 City defenders go towards it, and it's headed into the back of the net, and Wycombe Wanderers take a 2-0 lead at Valley Parade. It's a defensive shambles from Bradford City. And here come Wycombe, searching for a third. That would kill the tie. Here they are with Wheeler. Wheeler for Phillips. Tell you what, he missed the ball. City just about clear their lines, but looking very shaky on that far side, and really Phillips knows that should have been a third for Wycombe Wanderers. Smallwood looking to pierce that back line. Lovely ball for Halliday, takes it under control. Whether that was a shot, whether it was a cross, he slides it through the 6-yard area. Behind it goes for a goal kick, but it was a nice pass from Smallwood to find Halliday.
So City trailing Wycombe by 2-0 in the first round of the FA Cup. Elsewhere, full-time score from earlier: Northampton Town 1, Barrow 3. The rest of these are half-time. Wimbledon 2, Cheltenham 0, Alfreton 0, Worthing 0, Bolton 1, Solihull Moors 0, Bristol Rovers 4, Whitby Town 1, Cambridge 1, Bracknell Town 0, Chesham United 0, Maidstone 1, Chester 0, York 0, Curzon Ashton 0, Barnet 1. Doncaster Rovers 1, Accrington 0, Eastleigh 3, Borehamwood 1, Exeter 0, Wigan 0, Hereford 0, Gillingham 1, Leyton Orient 1, Carlisle United 0, Lincoln City 1, Morecambe 1, Marine 1, Harrogate Town 2, Newport County 1, Oldham 0, Notts County 1, Crawley 1, Oxford 1, Maidenhead 0, Peterborough 0, Salford 1, Port Vale 0, Burton 0, Ramsgate 1, Woking 1, Reading 1, MK Dons 1, Scarborough Athletic 1, Forest Green Rovers 0. Little upset on the cards for you there. Shrewsbury Town 1, Colchester United 1, as is Stevenage against Tranmere Rovers. Elsewhere it's Stockport County 2, Worksop Town 1, Sutton United 0, Fylde 1, Swindon Town 0, Aldershot 4. That is a big upset on the card down at the county ground. And the other score at half-time is Yeovil 2, Gateshead 0. In the Championship and elsewhere in West Yorkshire, at half-time at the John Smith Stadium, it's Huddersfield Town 0, Watford 0. You can hear full second-half coverage of that match on BBC Radio Leeds Digital and Freeview Channel 719.
BBC Radio Leeds.
West Yorkshire Sport.
Live. Andrew Edwards.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Welcome then to the weekend, BBC Radio Leeds. So let's do some early morning hellos to start things off this morning. Let's see who's first out of the traps this morning.
People come here to bring their children out for the first time if they've just had a baby, because it's a nice safe place to come where people get engaged here, they celebrate birthdays. It's just so lovely to work somewhere like this that really does genuinely mean something to people. What
a joy. I've really enjoyed it. I actually have a driver as well. My daughter's learning to drive, so I may get my driver to drive me up, and I could be an unannounced visitor as well.
Weekend mornings from 6
with Andrew Edwards.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Morning from 6 o'clock on BBC Radio Leeds for his final show on the station. Sad times at BBC Radio Leeds Towers. Andrew with you 6 until 10 tomorrow morning for the final time. He'll be talking religion and rugby league. He'll be talking worship at Escape, and he'll also be joined from 9 by gardening guru Aaron Hickman to answer your gardening questions. That's Andrew Edwards with your Sunday breakfast show for the final time from 6 a.m. on BBC Radio Leeds tomorrow morning. Louis with you inside Valley Parade until 6 o'clock. BBC Radio Leeds 92.4 FM and online via BBC Sounds. Full second half coverage to come shortly, but first we're going to hear from Halifax wheelchair racer Hannah Cockcroft, who is saying she's targeting 2 more gold medals at next summer's Paralympic Games in Paris, which would take her total to 9. Cockcroft is aiming to defend her T34 100 metre and 800 metre titles from Tokyo. Well, she's been speaking to the BBC's Eleanor Oldroyd about what's set to be a very busy 10 months with the current Olympic cycling cut to 3 years because of the pandemic.
So far, it hasn't felt like that big a challenge because everything just kind of fell back into the pattern. But we have in the next 10 months a World Championships and a Paralympic Games to prepare for. I've been racing 16 years now, and I've never had to do 2 major championships in one season. So we're already trying to plan for that, trying to work in, the World Championships are in Japan, so they're not even close. Trying to work out how to get there, qualify for that, perform well there, then get back, qualify for the Paralympics and get to the Games and kind of be fresh for that as well. It's a lot of racing that's about to come up. So it's a new challenge, but I always welcome a new challenge. It's always good.
Following on from 2012, as you say, you had that Paralympic success so early, and two gold medals in London. You've got 7 in total altogether now. You got your MBE in 2013, you got your OBE in 2022, you've got a gold post box, you've done all sorts of telly like Sport Relief Strictly and Great British Bake Off and so on, and Country File, and the hit list. So actually, in some ways, and you say actually that, the stardom or the recognition that you had in 2012. I kind of think like about Ellie Simmons being on Strictly and Jodie Cundy doing it as well, and actually, and Lauren Steadman and people like that. So it feels that things have changed, but maybe only just for a small handful of Paralympic athletes. Is that the case, do you think?
I think that's the fair way to look at it, yeah. I think that I definitely can't stand back and complain. The support that I've had from everybody since London 2012 has been second to none. But obviously we're 11 years on now from that moment, and it's still, the names on people's lips are David Weir, Johnny Peacock, Richard Whitehead, and yet we have fantastic new champions coming through like Sophie Hahn or Thomas Young, who are struggling to attract sponsors. They're struggling to get those amazing TV experiences that I get, and you don't want to talk yourself out of them. I love doing them, and I'll do them for as long as they come in. but you also want the newer generations to start coming through, because I hate to say it, but I'm getting old. I can't do this forever.
Yeah, always good to hear from Hannah Cockcroft on BBC Radio Leeds. Bradford City, Wycombe Wanderers are back out on the field of play. City currently trailing by 2-0 in this FA Cup first round tie. To take you through the second half, I'll hand you back to Gary Jones and Jamie Rayner.
Yeah, they've certainly got it all to do in this second half, trailing by 2-0. Wycombe Wanderers making a change as Freddie Potts, who played such a pivotal role in that second goal for Wycombe Wanderers.
Andrew Edwards.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Welcome then to the...
And it promises to be a great listen as well. Apologies for our little break here at Valley Parade. Great to be back in your company. BBC Radio Leeds, FM, online and via the BBC Sounds app. FA Cup first round action for you on West Yorkshire Sport. Wycombe Wanderers leading Bradford City by 2-0 here at Valley Parade. And it's the away side, the League One side, that are on the attack right now. Phillips, the goal scorer of Wycombe's first in this near corner. Dispossessed by Stubbs and Osadebe. Launches long. And you were, I think, midpoint there, Gary Jones. We were just discussing about how we've not really said Andy Cook's name all that much as Wycombe Wanderers earn themselves a free kick. Phillips brought down by Gilead, 25 to 30 yards out.
I think it's important the City just play along sometimes. It's all possession based, and as I said before, it's easy for Wycombe because they just get in shape. Can City go long to Cook? Can they get Walker off him? Can they get Osadebe going beyond? Can they get Poyton going beyond? It's too easy for Wycombe. Especially when City are at home, get the ball forward quicker, get into the opposition's half, then play. It's too easy. As I say, it's too easy for Wycombe. Ash Taylor gets the ball, passes to Stubbs. He passes it to Rydos. He goes back to Stubbs. It's too easy. It's not. Got to be quicker. Got to be proactive. Get the ball forward to Cook. Get round him with plays, and then get in the opposition's half.
Free kick. Wycombe going with the direct effort. It was Sadlier looking to curl it over the wall, but the wall did its job to a point as it deflects behind for a corner. Wycombe Wanderers. 3 minutes gone in this second half. City 0, Wycombe 2. You're right as well. I mean, we think about how when McDonald came in initially, his big mantra was getting the ball into the final third quickly. That was what he was trying to do. His short-term fix to the problems that City had of late was to get the ball quickly, and not as so much direct, but just being quicker in getting the ball into the final third. They seem to have slipped back into that possession-style based play as the corner is swung in, edge of the 6-yard box. It's Stubbs. His header comes out to the substitute Hanlon, who fires his volley over the crossbar, and that's an early warning sign for Bradford City in this second half. Great strike from Hanlon there. The corner comes in, but it's a Wycombe player getting that second phase ball, isn't it? He's first to react. Great strike just over the bar. But going back to your point, Jamie, it's important that they do get the ball forward quicker and get in the opposition's half, and that's how you create opportunities, that's how you create pressure, and that's how you score goals at the end of the day. Well, they've done it here because Poynton's released. Jamie Walker goes for the early shot, curls it over the crossbar. It was about 25 yards out. It was a snapshot trying to catch the goalkeeper Stryek unawares, but off target with his effort. But that comes from getting the ball forward quicker, doesn't it? Yep. Comes from that one goal kick. Poyton gets there, little slip ball for Walker on the edge of the box. He has a striking goal. That's 2 passes. Not 14, 15, 16 passes, and they've gone nowhere, and they're still in their own half. It's important, and that's what the City supporters want. Yeah, it opened up space for them, and we couldn't have really asked for a better period of play to complement the point that we were making, Gary Jones, to be fair. But sometimes that is just the way. Now then, City just looking to defend there, and I got excited for a moment because there was a floated ball over the top, and Dale Taylor looked to have got the better of Ash Taylor, but there was Harry Lewis to mop up for Bradford City. And I have to say, it has just taken a real dreary turn, hasn't it, here? Early nights now that the light is fading, the floodlights in full effect. Rather empty Midland Road stand facing us here in the commentary position. Only Wycombe Wanderers supporters populating that side of the ground, and understandably there's not much for the City faithful that have turned out this evening to really cheer home about. They're trailing 2-0, Gary Jones. They're wanting to see a manager come in. It just feels at the moment that as you say, it's unsettled. It's a good way of describing it.
And you can't blame them for being like that, can you? Because the points that you mentioned are spot on.
Here comes Andy Cook, finding the ball through for Osadebe, and he just couldn't bring that ball under control. Cook looked to have slipped through Manny Osadebe, and in the end it rolls through to Stryjek, but for a moment they'd unlocked that defence, Gary.
Big chance that. I think it's a big chance. I think Osadebe gets his feet mixed up. I think he should have took that with his left instead of going for his right. I think he was in on goal. Good play from Andy Cook on the edge of the box. Should have took it with his left.
And they're playing better here, aren't they? Osadebe linking up with Walker. Walker may go alone. Jamie Walker curled efforts, and that one's low into the palms of Stryjek, who collects that on the edge of his 6-yard area. But they seem to have just gone a bit more direct. And as we mentioned that, listen to the support.
Well, that's what the supporters want to see. You know, ultimately that's what they want the ball. That's what they want. Get it forward quick, playing the oppositions off, like you just did. Jamie Walker there, Osadebe, back to Walker, little side foot pass at goal. You know, it gets a reaction. But it's all about playing quick, playing forward quickly, and getting opportunities that way.
I'm going to just bring out my commentator's cliche book now for a moment and flick to page 3 and say it. The next goal is pivotal, Gary Jones. You can't help but feel it.
Not at all. City get it, game on. Wycombe get it, game over.
Exactly. Thank you for backing me up.
You're totally right, Jamie.
You can't help but feel it, because City actually in the last few moments, maybe going a bit more direct, have just had a bit of fortune there. And yes, it hasn't produced a goal, but they're looking a little bit more of a threat. But here come Wycombe now, left-hand side. Short, close touch passing that in the end sees a wasteful ball forward that Halliday clears away up that far touchline. Ball stays in play and Lee plays the 1-2 with Boys. Boys then turns away from point and delivers a cross that's over the flapping hand of Harry Lewis. He may have got a touch on that as it sails through the penalty area and out for a Wycombe throw. It did take a touch off Harry Lewis. The throw though is wasteful, and Osadebe has it on the edge of Bradford City's penalty area. Smallwood then works it forward. Walker can turn with the ball at his feet. Slide rule pass for Osadebe. Now up against Pattenden. Uses Rideold on the overlapping run. Rideold goes for the cross. Phillips doing the defensive work to his game. And his sliding challenge blocks the ball out for a throw. It actually struck the corner flag. And how's your look? Went the wrong side. So throw for City. Rideold wants to get the cross in there. And he earns his side of corner. He gets his corner. And again, something for that cop, albeit not a full cop, but something for them to cheer about.
It comes from, as I say, Osadebe driving down that left-hand side, little over from Ridehouse, and they get benefit that because the forward they're playing, say, proactive, not reactive. Opportunity for Walker.
Short corner taken. Walker with a flat ball into the box and a stooping header there by Wycombe. Deflects the ball all the way towards the halfway line. Actually, it runs out for a throw, which Halliday takes quickly. City 0, Wycombe 2. BBC Radio Leeds. West Yorkshire Sport this Saturday afternoon. Cook with the flick on, a long ball sent forward, then points and picks it up on that far side. Curls in a decent ball. Cook with the headed effort, but it's blocked. Danger not clear yet by Wycombe as Gilead looks to put Sadlier under pressure. He forces the error, and that sees Bradford City get themselves a throw. That was a better cross.
It was a great ball from Rideout on that left-hand side. Cook wins the flick on, ball outside the point, great ball in, and that's where you want Andy Cook, isn't it? Middle of the goal, 6 yards out. That's where you want him. You don't want him on the edge of the box. You want him in the box, attacking the ball. That's what he did. Wycombe defender just got in front, but much better play from City and much more direct. James.
Long throw from Taylor, finds the first man as Lee heads it out, points and picks up the second ball. Taylor, he'll cross, and he crosses, I have to say, like a central defender, because that fires over the crossbar and the attack breaks down for Bradford City.
Yeah, really poor. Good opportunity from Taylor there, but execution was absolutely terrible. I think watching him for the first time or second time maybe, for me he doesn't look fit. He doesn't look, you can tell he hasn't played many games, you know, so I think he's really struggled today with Phillips's movement, with Hanlon's movement now. I think he's really struggled.
Wycombe have lost it and City will look to counter. They have it over the halfway line with Smallwood. City 0, Wycombe 2. Smallwood darting run forward on that right hand side. Poynton thought about the cross, stands on the ball, plays it back for Halliday, returns it to Poynton. Poynton, will he deliver that ball? keeps a hold of it still, looking for the 1-2 with Halliday. Halliday plays it back to Poynton, but they can't get in behind, and it's forced back towards Smallwood, just in front of the halfway line. Taylor, nice ball for Osadebe, who's lost possession, and now space is opened up in behind. Wycombe look to counter. Hanlon runs into the challenge of Smallwood. High turnover of possession in the last few moments. City have it. Gilead on the halfway line. Now into the feet of Poynton, hugging that far touchline. He drives infield. Spreads it out to Rydalge on this left-hand side. Cook inside the box, as is Osadebe. Rydalge with the 1-2 with Gilead. It deflects into the path via a Wycombe block. And Osadebe rolls it towards Walker, whose sliding challenge keeps the attack alive. Here's Bobby Poynton, 20 yards out. Poynton's shot is blocked. Gilead will pick up the second ball. He may shoot, steps away from the challenge. Gilead into the feet of Poynton. Poynton sliding challenge, looking to keep the attack alive. But Wycombe, with that stubborn defensive line, clear it away through Pattenden. And Taylor will pick up the ball deep inside City territory.
Just fizzled out the attack, didn't it, Jamie? Everyone was narrow, everyone was on the injured box. Poynton come in, Osadebe come in, just narrowed in. Everyone was in the vicinity of the edge of the box. No real width. The ball gets played to Rydalge there. He's got to get it out of his feet, cross it in. You know, he's coming back on his right foot. He's left-footed. Get out of your feet and cross it.
Well, an early change in this second half, and Manny Osadebe will be replaced by Tyler Smith, who had a brilliant Tuesday evening, getting that first half hat-trick. There was a few cheers when Osadebe's number and name went up, which he never liked to hear. Yes, no. He's not at his best game, but let's not forget what he's done in recent times. Those 2 goals in 2 games, particularly that winner at Wimbledon, we shouldn't forget that. So, Tyler Smith is on, and you just wonder what that will do for the formation as Walker maybe drifts out to the left-hand side.
Yeah, I think he's just took up Jamie Walker's position, hasn't he? Just swapped.
Well, here is Walker, who, despite being deployed now on the left, is operating on the right. And he shifts it, pokes it out towards Poynton, who is hugging that far touchline. Sees his cross block. It deflects towards Gilead, spinning ball at his feet. Smallwood, 30 yards out.
Cross.
Now out to Poynton. Poynton up against Boys. Poynton gets the cross. Tavazoli is there to head away. Taylor first to it, beats Hanlon. Plays it back to Smallwood. Smallwood goes behind for Stubbs on the halfway line. Now it's on the right with Halliday. Sees his pass blocked, but it comes back to him. Smallwood lifts it. Cook is beaten to it by Lowe. The header takes it away from the City forward, and Wycombe clear their lines. Taylor sends it back towards the final third with a looping volley, but it's sent away by, again, another clearance from Wycombe, who are unrelenting in their defensive structure. City are being tasked with the challenge of trying to break that down, and it's a lovely ball from Poynton for Halliday. Halliday with a low cross. Smith was there at the near post, and he misses his chance. That is a huge opportunity for Tyler Smith at the near post to claw a goal back for Bradford City.
Oh, great play down the right-hand side. Smallwood just clips it in for Halliday. Great run down that right-hand side. Great ball for Tyler Smith. You know, with the 3 goals from last week, you know, you think he's full of confidence. Just gets across the near post, just doesn't get the connection, but much better play, quick play, great run from Halliday, great pull back, just couldn't get the connection, Tyler Smith, but much better, Jamie.
That was his chance. After moments of being on the field, that was the opportunity. It was a lovely ball to release Halliday, and in equal measure it was a lovely cross. All Smith had to do was turn it home. A touch on that ball and it's a goal.
Just got his feet mixed up, didn't he?
Yeah. It seemed to go by him a bit quick.
Yeah.
He mistimed his strike and, as you say, got his feet mixed up. But City are opening up this defence now that Wycombe are being so stubborn in their play. But they bring it forward on the right-hand side, and Wheeler fouls Sam Stubbs, and so there'll be a free kick for Wycombe Wanderers.
Just look at Tyler Smith, then he did give Halliday, you know, a thumbs up and a clap, because it was a great run, wasn't it? A great ball back. You know, with the confidence in his hat-trick in the week, you think that he'd gobble that up, but, you know, much better from City.
We are an hour into this game now on BBC Radio Leeds, FM, online and via the BBC Sounds app. Bradford City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 2 in the FA Cup first round. City with an almighty mountain to climb if they are to keep their hopes of staying in the FA Cup alive. I think Richard Keogh has just been given the nod by Matt Bloomfield at 37 years young.
He's all experience, Jamie.
It's a lovely touch from Taylor. Scampers past Taylor, and then the cross is deflected. It's a good save from Lewis. It may come out to Dale Taylor, but Gilead was first to it, and he clears it out towards that far side where Bobby Poynton picks it up, carries it into his own penalty area. Smallwood dispossessed by Dale Taylor, and Wycombe come again on the left-hand side with Boys. Sadlier back to Phillips, the goal scorer for Wycombe Wanderers. City have pushed them back towards the halfway line. Tabazzoli, Sadlier, now Boys, low cross, and that one's just worked behind by Ash Taylor. The ball was behind him, he reached out a left leg and just prodded it behind for a corner. But that there again, a prime example of Wycombe Wanderers looking to punish City when they make an error. And
it's too easy, isn't it, Jamie? You know, I think Halliday gets attracted to the ball. Boys gets that little channel on the left-hand side. Cross comes in. I think it was Ash Taylor who gets across the near post. But as I said, when you give these players opportunities, the higher you go up, you get punished. And City then got punished again.
Corner from the left. It's at the near post. It bounces inside the 6-yard area. Players attack it. City clear it away. Smith will go up for the header, as will Pattenden, and it bobbles through into the box, but out comes a sliding Lewis to collect it, and then he launches the ball long. Cook looks up into the air as he sees the ball arrive to his head, flicks it infield, but that's brought down by Lee, the captain, with not too much in the way of pressure around him, and he plays it behind for his goalkeeper Stryek. He goes long, Hanlon goes up for it, as does Stubbs. The pair fall to the floor, and the ball bobbles to the feet of Ash Taylor. Smallwood receives the pass. He plays it back to Ash Taylor inside Bradford City's half. Squared left, down the defensive line, towards us here on the near side. Rydalch for Walker, now operating on the left wing, following the change, with Tyler Smith coming on for Manny Osadebe. The only Bradford City change so far. Poynton out towards the right-hand side now. City attack. Up the line for Brad Halliday. Can he find a cross? Halliday at the byline, digs it out. Andy Cook waits! Oh, it's a great save. Jamie Walker then following up, and that's blocked as well. Lovely cross from Halliday. He did find Andy Cook on this occasion, but it's a fantastic save from Stryek on the goal line, and City can't find that goal.
Exactly where you were, Andy Cook, Jamie. Exactly on the 6-yard box, middle of goal. Should have scored, in my opinion. Should have scored.
Here they come again. Oh, the ball in field from Halliday is too far in front of Poynton. But the momentum is with Bradford City. I agree with you, Gary James, if I'm being perfectly honest. Either side of the goalkeeper, and that's a goal. But Cook won't give up on it. Long ball sent forward. He heads it down, looking for Smith. Once again, Wycombe clear their lines. On this near side now is Sam Stubbs. Was he fouled by Hanlon? No, he wasn't. Throw is the signal for Wycombe Wanderers, and they will make that change as Richard Keogh will replace Kieran Sadlier. So that has to be a formation change for Wycombe Wanderers and Matt Bloomfield, who have a 2-goal lead and may just shut up shop now.
It looks that way, Jamie. Does it all experience. Is he 37? A brilliant career. Still going strong. All credit to him. Fantastic career as well. So going to use all experience now to keep this Wycombe side ahead as we go further into the second half. But go back to the Andy Cook opportunity. That all comes from great run again from Halliday down the right hand side. Exactly where you want Andy Cook to be. Cross comes in the box. For me, he should bury that 6 yards out. Ball breaks to Jamie Walker. He should have finished on his left foot as well. But much better, because to get the ball wide, get the ball in the box to Andy Cook, who obviously we all know is brilliant in them situations.
25 minutes of normal time remaining. Wycombe take the throw, and Lee has it. Tries the through ball. Dale Taylor was there, but it runs through for Lewis, who rolls it out towards Brad Halliday on that far side. They need a goal, Bradford City. Credit to them, they've been better in the second half. They have found openings, they have created opportunities, and really they should have a goal. Andy Cook's headed effort saved. Rydalch brings it forward on this left-hand side. Now with Jamie Walker. Drives infield, holds off his man Pattenden. Smallwood for Poynton. Poynton goes down inside the box. Looks towards the referee. Shouts of penalty waved away. City though win the ball back. Here's Smallwood. Left hand side. Short pass for Rydalch. Rydalch into the feet of Walker, just outside the penalty area. Jamie Walker, curled effort looking for that far corner, and it's palmed away by Stryek down to his left-hand side, throwing Bradford City.
Pressure's building, Jamie. Good play again from Jamie Walker. Ridehouse on this left-hand side, cuts inside on his... We all know what he's trying to do. He's trying to find that far top corner, but much better from City on the front foot, passing through the lines, winning ball deep in Wycombe's half, which is massively important, and creating opportunities.
Short throw taken by Taylor, trying to sell the dummy. Pointon returns it to Taylor. Can he deliver a better cross this time? It's stayed in play at least, punched away by the goalkeeper. Header from Smallwood.
Get it.
Volleyed effort deflected, and Bradford City have got a goal back. It's Jamie Walker there, hit it first time through a crowd of players. The deflection wrong foots the goalkeeper, and City, who've had all the momentum in the last 10 minutes, get that goal to make this game interesting. Bradford City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2, and we may have a tie in our hand here in the FA Cup.
Game on, isn't it? Jamie Walker, the great finish. That all comes from across. The keeper punches it. Richie Smallwood wins the second ball on the edge of the box. Feeds to Jamie Walker. Volley with his right foot. Thinking it's Joe Lowe. Hits Joe Lowe on the leg. Goes over the keeper. Game on, Jamie. Great goal from Jamie Walker.
That has been coming. That really has been coming. And now Bradford City might just make a game of this. Plenty of time remaining.
You spoke about the next goal, it's massive, didn't you? And City have got it, and it is game on.
Well, at the very least, it's something for this crowd to cheer about. And they have fought, and they have dug in this second half, no doubt about that. But here come Wycombe, who've made another change. As Hanlon released on the right-hand side, and it's a fizzing ball across the face of goal. And Ash Taylor, just inside the 6-yard area, turns it behind for a Wycombe corner. That second change is... I beg your pardon, there isn't a second change. I've got myself confused there. David Wheel is sending me a dummy.
He said to Ridehouse a few dummies today.
He's doing it up here in the commentary box as well. So there'll be a corner on this right-hand side, and it's the captain Lee to take for Wycombe Wanderers. Got a very surprising scoreline to bring you in the FA Cup first round elsewhere. Do that in just a moment. Corner delivered. It's a left-footed in-swinging ball that is met by the head of Stubbs. Rolls out of play on this near side. You know, I said that Swindon Town were 3 goals down at home to Aldershot inside 9 minutes. Well, just after the hour mark, it's Swindon Town 0, Aldershot 7.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Michael Flynn signed a contract extension only yesterday.
They'll be in tomorrow. You mark my words watching that video, Jamie. They'll be in tomorrow watching that video.
If we know Mickey Flynn like we do, he will be furious with that. Furious! And Jamie Walker has quite literally laid on the ball to protect it, and he actually got his side a free kick, which Smallwood switches the play with. And Pointon plays it back for Brad Halliday. Halliday now going up through the gears, takes it past the halfway line. You can sense that there's a real spring in Bradford City's step right now. Lovely switch of play from Pointon, working it from right to left. Ridehalls now for Jamie Walker, the goal scorer for Bradford City. Here's Smallwood with space in front of him.
Great
through
pass.
for Ridehalls. Ridehalls with the touch at the byline, cuts it back. Phillips is there for Wycombe, who stops the ball dead inside the penalty area and allows Pattenden the opportunity to launch it long, but City regain possession.
Oh, what an opportunity that was for Ridehouse. Great ball from Smallwood. As you said, I don't know, he should have just opened his body up and shot. Great opportunity from Ridehouse there.
Cook falls to his knees. He felt he was fouled, but instead actually he caught another man as he slid down, and the free kick is awarded Wycombe Wanderers. Mark Truman very animated on this near touchline. He must be pleased that his side have at least responded in this second half, Gary Jones.
Yeah, it's all about reaction from disappointments. That's what all successful teams do, Jamie. You know, they dust themselves off and they go again, and that's what City have done this half. You know, he took playing on the front foot, going longer to Cook, getting the ball wide, getting crosses in, winning second balls. That's what created the goal. It's the cross, winning the second ball, Jamie Walker's goal. So it's about recycling play, and that's what City have done this half.
I think Truman is getting frustrated by the amount of time in which Wycombe are taking over these set pieces, because we had the throw that took an absolute age, then there was the free kick. With 20 minutes of normal time remaining, now Bradford City have a free kick, and then a Wycombe player, Pattenden, is still down on the floor. You can tell this is infuriating the City players. And Richie Smallwood is saying to the player, well, if he's that injured, he's next to the touchline, go off the pitch.
Yeah. Because City are in the ascendancy, aren't they? You know, and all credit to them, that's what they've done. You know, from the disappointments in the first half, they've been on the front second half.
So free kick on this near touchline. It's getting a bit tasty here. Oh, it's a poor ball from Rydalge. Stooping header from Lowe takes it back to Rydalge on the halfway line. Walker near side. Ball down the line finds Sam Stubbs. Stubbs curls it forward into a vacant space. Cook will give chase, but Lowe is put under pressure by Andy Cook. And that will be a Wycombe throw. A sign, though, of intent from Andy Cook.
City are definitely in the ascendancy, Jamie. I've just got a suspicion that, you know, Wycombe thought they'd won this time. I think this game's over. By no means it is, because City got that next goal. Game on now. City are in the ascendancy. Can they go and get that second?
Yeah, that's the key. If they can, then they'll force a replay. Pointon goes up for the ball. Wycombe keep a hold of possession. Lovely turn there from Wheeler, trying to find Hanlon, but it's cut out by Rydalge. The block, though, takes it out towards that left-hand side, and Boys plays the 1-2 with Phillips. Phillips then receives it back on that far touchline. The heavens open once more here at Valley Parade. Rain falling. Wycombe attacking. City, though, dealing with it defensively, and Tyler Smith scampers away from the challenge. He was definitely caught there. Yeah. And the free kick is awarded. Well, with 18 minutes to go, Gary Jones, I'm delighted to say that we have a game on our hands. We have a proper FA Cup tie here at Valley Parade.
No, it's good to see, isn't it? Because we talk about, you know, reaction to disappointment. You know, City have been on the front foot, you know, most of the second half, got the goal in the ascendancy. It's important now to keep up this pressure.
Cook flicks on. Smith takes under control, lays it off for Walker. Walker just gets the ball cut under his feet on the edge of the D, and that allows Wycombe to bring it away. But Smallwood wins the ball back high up the pitch. Gilead's crossfield ball, though, is cut out straight away, and now Wycombe may counter. Good pace from Stubbs, though, beats Hanlon to it.
Brilliant play.
And great close touch control, but then that's the commentator's curse, Gary. He touches it out of play on this near side, and Wycombe Wanderers will have a throw. But I just get the feeling that Wycombe maybe are sensing a bit of danger here in the way that they're maybe trying to just claw a bit of time out of the game. And again, this throw on this near side, they're just taking their time. The referee reminding Patterton to get a move on, really. It is taken, and Lee curls a rather wasteful ball out of play on that far side.
Sorry, Jamie, I just think they're playing a very dangerous game, Wycombe. I think they come out second half, they'll see the first 5, 10, 15 minutes out. Obviously, City get that goal. You know, it's very difficult to get back into that, you know, on the front foot mode, passing through the lines, when a team's on top, pressing. And that's what City have done. You know, City are in the ascendancy at this moment in time. And hopefully he can get that second, Tyler Smith.
Nearly finding the City forward. The ball eventually rolls back to Stryek, the goalkeeper. Yeah, the best part of the 70 minutes of normal time remaining, plus whatever additional we get. And this tie will go to a replay if it finishes level. As ball sent long by Stryek. Stubbs heads down. There was Wheeler looking to pick up the second ball, but he's lost it. Walker plays the 1-2 with Rydalge on this left-hand side. Rydalge dispossessed by Pattenden, and then Rydalge adjudged to have caught Pattenden, and the free kick is signalled. Pattenden involved in a lot of the play of late. I don't think he's making too many friends from the home support in the family stand in front of us.
Sorry, Jamie, you look at the time wasting now. Every opportunity they get, they're trying to slow the game down, they're trying to break the play up, which obviously you do because they're in the ascendancy winning this football match. But good play from Brandon there.
Yeah, Hanlon up against Stubbs, and the pair having a good battle. City clear it away past Cook, and there is Lee. Smallwood, bit of head tennis, falls for Lee. Smallwood pushes, shoves Lee to the floor. He didn't like that. And then he's on the ball again, and Smallwood again nudges him in the back, and Lee just reacts to Smallwood. You could tell he was still frothing from that earlier push. The two captains going head to head, and the referee just calming things down. But with every set piece, you have to say it, with every set piece that Wycombe get, they are taking their time with it.
And I think they're pushing the refs' patience as well, and they're definitely pushing the supporters' patience. But I don't mind that with Richie Small getting involved. A little bit of a niggle, but roughing the midfield play. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's what City didn't do first half. It was too easy for Wycombe to get involved and pass around. It's important that they get it. They get in the face. City are at home. Get this crowd behind you. Get them like that's a 12th man, like we already know they are. I don't mind that at all, Jamie.
It was. In the end, well dictated by the referee, who got both captains to shake hands. There was a nod of mutual respect in where they went to their respective teams. And now Wycombe Wanderers have this free kick. They've made a change as well. Jay DeBar has been brought on as the free kick is whipped in. Dale Taylor, the man to come off for Wycombe Wanderers. And here is DeBar, the Gibraltar international. Signed from Lincoln Red Imps, and then the ball curled in by DeBar is wasteful, and out it goes for a City goal kick. 13.5 minutes of normal time remaining. Can Bradford City find a leveller in this FA Cup first round tie? They trailed by 2-0 at the half-time break. Second half they've been far better, and they got themselves a goal back through Jamie Walker. Deflected strike first time. He's keeping this tie alive for Bradford City. Walker, who has been City's best player. He's been magnificent.
Really good.
One touch too many. He won the ball though. He drew the 50-50 with the heavy touch, but he won the ball and City keep possession. He's been my man of the match anyway. I don't know about you, Gary Jones.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Bobby,
sorry, Jamie. When you want someone to stand up, and when you're in that loser mode and no one's confidence-wise, you need someone to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And that's what he's done second half. Really well. Got his goal. He wants the ball all the time. He's trying to get City, trying to get his teammates back into this game.
Gilead was looking for the inch perfect ball through for Halliday, who'd made a run from deep, but that was intercepted, and now Wycombe have it on the left-hand side through the substitute Hanlon. City push Wycombe back towards the halfway line, and then Tavazzoli curling one forward onto the head of Stubbs. Stubbs nods down. Poynton will look to keep it in play, but it goes out for a Wycombe throw far side the left. Wycombe, you have to say, have achieved what you would guess is their ambition of slowing play down. That certainly feels that way, doesn't it?
Definitely. Crowd getting frustrated, City players get frustrated, but the ref needs to stand up and nip in the buds.
Supposedly that was a big thing, wasn't it, when the regulations came through at the start of the season, that would be stamping out perceived time wasting. But I have to say, when we saw the likes of let's not jump the gun, unless we see that reflected in the additional time, that was the punishment really. And I remember that opening day at Crawley where we saw 11 additional minutes or something of the like, which was just quite remarkable. Bradford City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2 in this FA Cup first round tie. BBC Radio Leeds, West Yorkshire Sport. Now a drenched Valley Parade, the rainfall rather heavy. We're on FM, we're online, we're on BBC Sounds. It's great to be in your company. And Harry Lewis with the ball at his feet. City ready to make a double change here. Harry Chapman and Adam Wilson about to come on. Not bad changes to make, has to be said. And there is DeBar on that far side in a tussle with Brad Halliday. Halliday comes out the better of it, and Bradford City have possession. Taylor
forward,
wants options, stands on the ball, drills it, looking for Smith. And that was never a 50-50 with Tavazzoli. Tavazzoli easily winning that duel.
That's where you want Andy Cook, isn't it? Roles reversed there, wasn't it?
And the ball was sent forward by Wycombe to no effect, and now Rydalge has it in the left back position. Andy Cook comes deep and short to offer the option.
Good ball.
Smallwood switches play. Poynton, first time ball, volleyed ball over the top, linking up with Halliday. Lovely. Bobby Poynton now. Will he strike? Poynton still threads it through for Walker. Walker, edge of the box, uses Rydalge, gets the cross in. Rydalge looking for Cook, looking for Halliday. Wycombe head takes it behind for a Bradford City corner.
Brilliant play, wasn't it? Again, Halliday, how many times he made that runs for second half? Probably been City's best attacking player. Great play down the right hand side again. Pulls it back. Jamie Walker finds Rydalge on an overlap. Just the ball was just on the edge. You need to drive that into the 6-yard box. Pulls it back. No one there. Corner for City.
It's a deep one from Poynton, and there's too much on it, sadly. It goes through the penalty area and out for a throw on this near side. The breaking play may see the double change for Bradford City. Bobby Poynton, that will be his final bit of action. He's had a good game, Bobby Poynton. Yes, set pieces might not have been to the standard that he would have hoped, but he's had a real influence on this game. Unsurprisingly as well, as Harry Chapman continues his recovery with more minutes. And the second change, Alex Gilliard will be replaced by Adam Wilson, so it's an attacking change by Mark Truman,
going for it,
who has to go for it. We're into the final 10 minutes of normal time here at Valley Parade. City 1, Wycombe 2. But it's been all Bradford City really, Gary Jones, hasn't it, in the second half?
Been on the ascendancy, Jamie. He played some good stuff at times. You know, going forward, going direct at times a little bit better. You know, getting Bobby Poynton, and you know, Jamie Walker's been fantastic down this, you know, in that number 10 position.
So the goalkeeper strike for Wycombe in his pink jersey sends it long. Adam Wilson first touch, heads down. Walker for Cook. Cook nearly flicking it through for Smith, but it's well defended by Wycombe, and then Phillips gets through the challenge of Smallwood, and then Walker slides from behind, brings down Phillips. Phillips didn't like that, turned around and walked towards Jamie Walker, who there met him with his chest puffed out, was ready to take on whatever Phillips had for him. I think Jamie Walker is going to go into the referee's book. That is what you put in the bracket of professional foul.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it's a good foul, isn't it? You know, it's a team foul. You know, I think Phillips has got away from Jamie Walker there. He's bearing down on the back four, but a good foul from Jamie Walker.
Phillips is going to get into the referee's book as well. There's going to be a yellow card, and the crowd enjoy that one. Well, he's been the pantomime villain, hasn't he? Scored the first goal. You can tell he's a player that loves the drama of it, doesn't he?
He's looked lively as well, hasn't he?
He's been a good player.
Good player,
yeah.
Done well
Absolutely. He's got all the attributes. His height, his speed on the ball, you can tell he's come from
a really good finish as well.
Palace Academy. Brilliant, brilliant goal. And here come Wycombe now. It falls, left edge of the box. The goal for them would wrap up this tie, but there's Jamie Walker defending, blocking the cross. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because there was a free kick or an offside. I didn't see the linesman's flag go up, so I think there was a free kick or a foul of some sort. So just over 7 minutes of normal time remaining. It's Bradford City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2 in this FA Cup first round tie. Dark skies above now, floodlights in full effect. City pushing for an equaliser. Here's Rydalge seeing the run of Chapman, trying to pick it. Over comes Lowe to head away. Rydalge wins the ball back. Wheeler falls to the floor too easily in the eyes of the referee. Didn't like that. He was late on Smallwood. The ball has been worked out to Chapman on the left-hand side. Chapman steps round his man. Was he fouled? Pattenden knocks him to the floor, but the referee letting a lot run now, and DeBar will look to break and counter for Wycombe Wanderers. He takes it over the halfway line, feeds it through to Hanlon. It's just behind the Wycombe forward. Wycombe though taken into the box through Hanlon. Halliday does really well, you know. He's just knocked him off his stride.
It was brilliant recovery run from Halliday there, because he was in Wycombe's box there, but brilliant recovery run, desired determination to get back in and stop the really dangerous attack from Hanlon there. But great defending from Halliday, Jamie.
Lewis waves his City teammates forward. Time running out for Bradford City. They're to stay in the FA Cup. Cook battling with Lowe, as is Chapman. And Pattenden on this near side. It goes out for a City throw, which is taken quickly. Cook now into the box, out the byline. The challenge comes in from Lee. Corner is the signal, and Bradford City are pushing now.
Oh, great opportunity now. Got to be a good delivery. Got to be.
Yeah, that is crucial. It's Chapman who got an assist on Tuesday night from a corner, providing for Tyler Smith.
Such a big physical team, City. You know, the delivery's got to be spot on.
Taylor's up there, as is Stubbs, Andy Cook. Listen to that noise from the Kop. Chapman swings it in, and there is Phillips for Wycombe, heads away. Halliday plays it back for Rydalge inside the centre circle. The big men stay up for Bradford City. He curls it out towards the far side. Walker nods down for Taylor, links up with Walker. Walker then, low cross, blocked behind, another corner for Bradford City.
Good play again from Jamie Walker. He's been everywhere, Jamie Walker, in this game, hasn't he? You were saying before, when you want to stand up and be someone to be countered, Jamie Walker's been the man, got his goal, he's driving his team forward. Superb play.
If ever you needed reminding of the quality of Jamie Walker, this evening's game has certainly proven that. Corner will come in from the right. Smallwood, outswinger, near post. Halliday is there.
Corner.
Comes off a Wycombe head last, and there will be yet another corner for Bradford City. Probably needs to be a better delivery, Gary Jones.
Yeah, just got to miss that near post one out. Put it in the middle of the penalty spot there. 6-yard box.
Better delivery. There's Andy Cook. It falls for Sam Stubbs. There's a shot there. It's blocked. Wilson. Great connection, but it comes out for Wycombe, and now they'll counter. Here comes Phillips, the dangerous Phillips. He's got Debar to his left. He feeds it through to Debar. Debar now into the box. Debar could wrap it up. Good challenge from Halliday. It falls to Phillips. Great save from Lewis. Takes the ball outside of the penalty area. Smallwood slides in with Lee. The pair going for the same ball. And Halliday wins the 50-50. And Walker works it away for Halliday. Free kick is the signal. City want to take it quickly. There was a foul, but the referee blows his whistle and pulls it back because Walker wasn't up to his feet. It's all happening. It's rather frantic, Gary Jones.
Proper FA Cup tie now, Jamie. Proper FA Cup tie. Bradford attack with brilliant counter on there for the Wycombe there. Phillips, who's been a really good player, for Wycombe. Great play again. Driving down that for Jabbar, I think it was. But brilliant stop from Lewis, wasn't it? Kept his team in the tie.
Harry Lewis, high ball up into the air. And then Andy Cook is adjudged to have fouled Richard Keogh. And
I think that's Keogh's all of experiences, and that's why he's been brought onto this football pitch. You know what a danger Andy Cook is. Bring him on, nullified Andy Cook's threat, and he's done that quite well there.
Yeah, they have managed to keep Andy Cook quiet, but he did have that chance. He did have that headed chance either side of the keeper, and City would have definitely scored, but it was straight at Stryek, to the frustration of Andy Cook. And now again Stryek taking his free kick well out of his penalty area, and the referee has eventually brandished the yellow card for time wasting, and I think many of the City bench feel quite vindicated by that.
Well, it is. As you say, rightly say, Jamie, that was the importance to eradicate time wasting, wasn't it? And this game could go on 100 minutes here. For all the time wasting Wycombe have done, this could be a 100-minute game quite easily.
Stryek still hasn't taken the free kick. He eventually does. Lumped long. Stubbs heads away. Nodded back towards Hanlon for Wycombe. And then Rideold clears it in the left back position. Smith will look to latch onto that ball first. Well. He beats Phillips to it. It falls low. Nearly deflects for Chapman as Smallwood made the first time pass. There's a bit too much pace on that ball. It goes through Chapman, and there'll be a Wycombe throw. We're into the 89th minute now. Bradford City 1, Wycombe 2.
Got to be at least 10 minutes left. Got to be.
You have to wonder whether or not the referee will be adding this time on, because Lowe, the throw taker, decided to change the ball, and Smallwood was just saying to the referee, I hope you're adding this time on.
It's got to be, hasn't it, Jamie?
City have won possession though, and it's with Halliday on the right hand side, and that's an uncharacteristic wasteful ball from the fullback. I'm not quite sure who he was looking for there, as Stryek takes it into his box and then eventually picks it up. Time running out for Bradford City. I'll be fascinated to see how much additional time goes up on the board.
I think it could be at least 10 minutes. It should be.
Well, that'll be the hope for all those of a Bradford City persuasion. That's a long ball from Stryek, and it's straight into his counterpart Harry Lewis. Yeah, it was that far and that long. And into the final minute of normal time now. City 1, Wycombe 2. Adam Wilson.
Just looking at Jamie Walker's position, he's swapped with Wilson, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's playing the Gilead role now.
And
it's a great ball as well.
Lovely ball for Chapman, who uses the chest control, flicks it into the body of Pattenden. Was there a handball there? Not once but twice, and the referee motionless with a furore of protest around him. Rideold, left hand side, through for Chapman. Chapman, left edge of the box. His low cross is blocked, it spins into the corner, it stays in play, and that allows Wycombe to bring it out of their defensive third. Chipped forward. That's rather wasteful from Wycombe. Taylor picks it up.
Wycombe are hanging on.
Harry Lewis has come out towards the halfway line to pick up this ball. Lumps it long, looking for Andy Cook. Two Wycombe players around him, sandwiched in between. He finds the header. Wilson lays it off for Smallwood. Smallwood, first time ball out to Halliday, gets the ball out of his feet. Up the line now, 5 additional minutes. Adam Wilson in the box, chips it through, looking for Cook. It's behind him. Smallwood nods it down. 5 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
Rydalge whips in the cross. Phillips heads behind, beg your pardon, Keogh, it's out for a Bradford City throw, far side the right. Well, I'm amazed at that.
5 minutes, wow. Wow.
You do wonder with these regulations coming in at the start of the season, we wondered whether they'd stay strong and stay true to that. Well, 5 minutes.
Well, that's the thing, consistency, isn't it, Jamie? We see it all the time, the VAR with yellow cards, red cards, time wasting. There's never any consistency. This is the frustration for players and management alike.
We've already had a minute of it. Taylor goes short with his throw to Smallwood. Back to Taylor. Taylor crosses once more. It's a deep ball. Andy Cook just over his head, prowling at the back post, and it will roll out for a throw on this near side. Well, sponsors man of the match. I don't think there's any surprises there for Jamie Walker.
Fantastic.
Been outstanding, particularly in this second half, but he had a real influence in the first as well. And of course, he got the goal. But will that goal be in vain for Bradford City, who, to their credit, have given everything in this second half to keep the tie alive?
And again,
Wycombe taking their time with this throw. That was about 20 seconds by my watch. Phillips for DeBar. DeBar rides the challenge of Smallwood, has it inside the centre circle, but Smallwood has another go at him and gets the foot in on the challenge, but it deflects for Wycombe and they bring it forward still. And Wycombe may get a third. It's a deflected shot that sails over the crossbar. It was Boys driving in from that far side, takes it over the crossbar and behind for a corner.
Yeah, Howard City trying to get forward, trying to get that goal. Boys gets in the middle of the pitch. I think it was Sam Stubbs, wasn't it? A great block to keep City in the tie. But Wycombe are decent going forward. But we talk about this time wasting, Jamie. 5 minutes, and again and again with throw-ins and free kicks and set pieces, taking the time. It should be a lot more.
Well, they've got a corner. It's another break in play, which will just eat away at the available time for Bradford City. Referee blows his whistle to take the set piece. Hanlon has it in this near corner, loses the ball. City throw, time running out. 2.5 minutes remaining of the additional. On this near side,
Harry Lewis will
throw.
Harry Lewis has got to be the ball. Get it forward.
Throw is long. Chapman nods down, finds Smith. Smith, 3 Wycombe players around him, loses out. Wycombe looking to frustrate now. They hold a 2-1 lead at Bradford City.
It's a foul.
Sam Stubbs is fouled, and there'll be a free kick. And then Chapman wants to take it quickly, but Hanlon and DeBar standing in front. Hanlon goes into the referee's book. There'll be a yellow card. I mean, talk about the dark arts. They've been absolutely on show, haven't they?
Every set piece and every break and play, they've tested the ref's patience, but he's just let them do it. You've got to nip that in the bud early on. He's kept it going, and 5 minutes is an absolute farce.
So Rydalge with this free kick launches it long. Oh, there's a melee of players that fall to the floor. Sam Stubbs was right in the middle of it. Goes out for a throw. Stubbs was convinced he was fouled. Walker, lovely top of the shoulder. Great confidence, Jamie Walker. Spreads it left. It's a heavy ball.
It's got to be in the box.
Rydalge for Chapman. Chapman up the line for Rydalge. Rydalge then delivers the ball in there. Andy Cook attacks it. It goes through the penalty area. Took a final touch of a Wycombe defender.
Yep.
And there will be, it's a Wycombe throw. I thought it had. And that might be that for Bradford City in the FA Cup for yet another season.
Yeah, I think Andy Walker was Andy Cook was licking his lips at that. As soon as Rydalge cocked his leg back there, whipped that ball in. But again, Keogh, there's used all the experience, wasn't it? Just to block his run, block him off. And to say, good defend from Richard Keogh there.
Yeah, using all that experience. Throw up the line then from Wycombe. Halliday nods forward. It may break for City, but Phillips hooks it up high into the air, beating Walker to it. And Hanlon held off by Halliday for a throw. City possession. Smallwood nods it back. Last chance saloon now for Bradford City. Rydalge works it out towards Chapman on this near side. Chapman goes up against Pattenden, and he gets around Pattenden, and he gets past his man DeBar, and DeBar bundles him to the floor, and that's a definite free kick for Bradford City, and there'll be yet another yellow card, this time for the Gibraltar.
Great play from Chapman, wasn't it? Positive on his front foot, strength, desire, gets past him. DeBar just wipes him out, doesn't he? But imperative now. Smallwood just crosses it in, puts in the danger area. that little no man's land between the goalkeeper and the penalty spot, whip it in there, bit of pace, flat cross, can get Andy Cook, Sam Stubbs on it, on the end of it, get this equaliser.
Well, the Smallwood on this near side with the free kick. And there's a one-man wall for Wycombe. And Smallwood will take. Players wait inside the penalty area. Harry Lewis has gone up.
Oh, wow.
There's a City player that's fallen to the floor. Smallwood then with this free kick. Puts it in there. Oh, and it's a Wycombe head that takes it away. It's Phillips. Comes out to Chapman. Chapman plays it back out to Smallwood. Smallwood delivers. City players wait there. It comes to Halliday. Can he keep it in play? Halliday at the byline. Plays it back to Smallwood. Left-footed ball into the box. Lewis attacks it. It comes out to Walker. Edge of the box. Half-volleyed shot. That's blocked. Was there a hand? It deflects out to Wilson. Far side. Wilson digs out a ball. It's a deep one. Smallwood heads across the face of goal. Will it land for Lewis? Chapman.
Finish.
Will he hit it first time? Low shot is blocked. Chapman still manages to work it out to Wilson. Far side. Oh, the referee's blown his whistle. Can you believe that?
What a finish. What an ending.
And a breathless, exhausting finish here at Valley Parade as Wilson belts the ball away in frustration. The attack was still alive. The City players fall to their knees. They have given everything in this second half to try and keep their hopes of staying in the FA Cup alive. Sadly, they were unsuccessful. The 2 goals from Wycombe in the first half, in the end, forcing the results and the defeat. For a 3rd successive season, Bradford City bow out of the FA Cup at the first round stage. But make no mistake, they gave it their all in this second half. They managed to claw a goal back through Jamie Walker's deflected strike, but that just wasn't enough. And despite all their efforts, certainly late on, full time here at Valley Parade, Bradford City 1, Wycombe Wanderers 2. City are out of the FA Cup.
Oh, Gary Jones, what a finish we almost had on our hands there. So unlucky for City. That was such an improved second half performance.
Yeah, it was. You know, you've got to take your hat off to them because, you know, the first half was pedestrian, 2 poor goals to give away. But there was a reaction, and that's what you know, that's what we wanted. That's what the players want. That's what supporters wanted. And you know what, for me, Louis, just by going a bit long and a bit direct, you know, that's how they created the goal. Got Jamie Walker scored a good goal, and all the played at the end of the second half was all City going forward, just by going longer, a bit quicker in possession, getting the ball wide, getting the ball across to Andy Cook, and that's what City got. That's why City got back in the game on the front foot. Well, Jamie Walker was superb, by the way. Stood up and dragged his team through. Oh, look, it wasn't meant to be today, but just because going longer in the second half gets some momentum, gets them up the pitch, and you know, another day could have got back in the game.
A lot of the Bradford City fans still inside Valley Parade, applauding their side off the field of play. Nice moment from Jamie Walker handing his shirt to a young fan at the front of the main stand here. Gary, compare that reaction to when that second goal went in. We were thinking this game's really going to get away from Bradford City. They could be on the wrong end of a really poor score. It goes to show that when the performance is there, when the effort's there, the desire's there, that these fans, although it's not the result we would have wanted at the start of the day, they can still go home relatively satisfied with what they've seen.
And that's all these supporters want. They want a bit of show, a bit of desire and determination. Yeah, the first half wasn't good enough. We didn't see that in the first half. 2 poor goals, really poor goals to concede. But there's a reaction second half, and that's what we see. You know, going forward, going longer to Andy Cook, getting the ball wide. For Halliday, second half was superb, by the way, driving down that right-hand side. But you know, getting a decent goal from Jamie Walker. But in the end, just wasn't enough. But there were signs there to say, listen, we'll stick together. We'll keep going, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah, what does that second half performance tell you about the Bradford City side?
Well, they've got that desire, determination. You never say die. They keep going. Just at the end of the day, they give themselves a mountain to climb. And when you're playing against a team from a higher level, a higher division, you can't concede goals like that because you never get back in the game. Yet they got the goal back. They were huffing and puffing at the end, but the first half performance led to the defeat of this tie.
and we will delve into the game here, bring you all of Gary's thoughts, your thoughts, of course. City fans are welcome between now and 6 o'clock. We'll hopefully bring you the thoughts of caretaker manager Mark Trueman and hopefully a Bradford City player between now and 6 o'clock here on BBC Radio Leeds, as Gary Jones just tosses back the cap he borrowed off a couple of fans in front of us here in the main stand. I can tell them that Gary really appreciated that. Your body's just dropped a few degrees now that you've taken that hat off, hasn't it, Gary? Brilliant as ever to be joined by Gary here on BBC Radio Leeds. As we say, we're on the air until 6 o'clock, 92.4 FM and online via BBC Sounds. Bradford City fans, do have your say. 81333 on the text. You can WhatsApp 08000 321 333. Just remember to start those messages with WYS. You can tweet at BBC WYS, or if you fancy a natter with Gary Jones, give us a call. 0800 389 3333 is the number you need. Although Bradford City are out of the FA Cup, it is now time here on BBC Radio Leeds for the Football Forum.
The Football Forum.
What the club needs is stability.